The tradition, the experience, the events. This is ABC Sports Championship Television.
Tampa Bay, Florida, is this the unlikely home of Lord Stanley's Cup? These fans are going crazy for their Lightning, and I have some advice for you. If this is your first Game 7, get on the edge of your seat, don't move. I guarantee you will not be disappointed.
One more win.
The Stanley Cup.
One more win.
Dedicate your life to it.
One more win.
Give up body and soul for it. You may never be closer. Never get another chance.
One more win.
The pain, the pressure, the passion.
One more win.
So many games, so many years, so many dreams and disappointments.
One more win.
Team, city, a nation. Your place in history. Hockey immortality. Tampa Bay, Calgary.
One more win.
For the Stanley Cup. One more win.
Inside and outside the St. Pete Times Forum and all around the city of Tampa, people are going crazy. Yes, Calgary fans have made it here as well. We almost didn't make it back to the game number 7. Why? Martin Tillina has a puck off the skate, then off the pad of Harry Lewis. Did it go in? They reviewed it and determined it did not. That set up Martin St. Louis with a game-winning goal. Let's join Gary Thorne, Bill Clement, and John Davidson.
John, thanks very much. This is a night of guarantees. The cup will be skated. There will be an MVP. And a lot of kids' dreams are going to come true for some players here tonight. With Bill Clement and John Davidson, welcome to Game 7. MVP. McGinley?
I think Jerome McGinley will win the Smythe Trophy as MVP if two things happen. Number one, Calgary has to win the Stanley Cup. And number two, Jerome McGinley has to be better than he was in game number 6. After game 6, he said, I was not good. And he told us today why. He said, I spent too much time the day of game 6 visualizing hoisting the Stanley Cup. He said, that was a mistake that I made then. I will not make the mistake today. If you want to think in terms of what to expect from Jerome McGinley, I say think in terms of raging bull. Because after Calgary losses, that's happened 9 times, he has scored 9 goals in the games after losses. Raging bull, that'll be McGinley.
All right, let's turn the other way. John Davidson, who's the MVP if it's Tampa Bay?
Well, Gary, I think going in, we all thought 3 players. Bobby Bullen, the goaltender, and then up front, LeCavalier or Brad Richards. Now, Brad Richards is only 24 years of age, but he has 8 points in this series, which leads everybody. He has 25 points in the playoffs, and that leads everybody. And to me, if Tampa Bay wins this game, he's the man. He will win this Conn Smythe along with the Stanley Cup. He's had a great playoff. And remember, when he scores, Tampa doesn't lose.
Calgary, the emotion there was unbelievable for the games played there. The same thing has happened here in Tampa Bay. One more game, one more win, one more hero. St. Louis puts the hit on. Leopold in the corner, got it out of there. Moved it up the wall. Tullamore went down. Taylor the shot. Redirected. Score! Game 7! Martin St. Louis! We are going back to Tampa Bay!
These low fares to your favorite vacation destinations start at just $49.
You are now free to move about the country.
Oh, my back.
Need some help?
Yeah.
Try my Bayer Back and Body.
Thanks, hon.
It's Bayer Aspirin plus a special pain relief booster. It works right where it hurts. Bayer Back and Body. Get moving again. Pain-free.
The Braun Synchro cuts more efficiently because it's the first shaver with a 4-way moving head. And its automatic self-cleaning system leaves your shaver so clean it feels like new every day. Braun Synchro. We challenge you to find a better dry shaver.
Will Ferrell.
Oh, hello. I'm beloved anchor Ron Burgundy.
Man's man.
Hey, Garth, how's the divorce?
Oh, not so good. I'll probably never see my kids.
Fantastic.
Ladies' man.
It truly is Beauty and the Beast. I might add a handsome beast at that.
Anchor man.
I'm Ron Burgundy?
Damn it! Who typed a question mark on the teleprompter?
Will Ferrell.
Bottoms up. Popeye needs his spinach.
Anchor man. Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, July 9th everywhere.
You can create fresher air and a fresher image. You can add a conversation piece that doesn't make a sound. You can find more stylish ceiling fans than anywhere else at the Home Depot. The only place for best-selling Hampton Bay designs, exclusive styles from Hunter, and our low price guarantee. You can stop wondering how and start stirring things up. The Home Depot. You can do it. We can help.
Late night opportunities.
Well, give my love to James Conn. Did you get along with him?
I love Jimmy. I adore Jimmy.
Thank you. Greg, how you talking about the sound bites? That one's coming out. It's going in the promo.
The Pistons' Tayshaun Prince on an all-new Jimmy Kimmel Live, ABC tonight. The NBA Finals on ABC. Shaq scored at will, but the Pistons D turned the game around and stole Game 1. Can the Lakers rebound in Game 2? Pistons-Lakers. Coverage begins at 8:30 Eastern, Tuesday night on ABC.
In Calgary, they have the Red Mile. Let's just call this the compound, because these people have been camping out for $8 tickets. If you don't get a ticket, you stay outside and you watch the game on the big screen. John Saunders alongside of Barry Melrose. Game 7. You coached in a big one, the Western Conference Final, which you won for the LA Kings against Toronto. What is the mindset of these coaches going into a Game 7?
Well, they're very nervous. They can say what they want, but they're very nervous. I certainly was. Now, if Calgary wins the Stanley Cup, folks, remember how Daryl Sutter handled the no-goal situation in Game 6. He didn't complain about it. He didn't make a big deal out of it. He did not let his players use that as an excuse or a crutch. He took that right away. John Tortorella, the theme of the Tampa Bay Lightning all year long has been safe is death. If they play not to lose tonight, this team is done. This is an attacking team. They got more talent than Calgary. They're a faster skating team than Calgary. They got to get in Calgary's face, make Calgary play some defense. So safe as death is the right term if they remember and do it well.
Slogans are slogans, and coaches can only do so much. It's going to come down to the star player.
And again, the world stage, the best stage in the NHL. We all dreamed of playing this situation as a child. Game 7, all on the line. The best players make this their stage. Wayne Gretzky always made it his stage. If Jerome McGinley wants to be the best stage in the world, tonight's your night, Jerome. You got to do it here in Tampa Bay. If Brad Richards wants a Conn Smythe, show everybody that you're a better player than Jerome McGinley.
Hard to believe that you'd ever expect to see a scene like this in Tampa Bay, Florida. This is not the Buckstown anymore. This is now the town of the Tampa Bay Lightning. And here comes the Lightning.
Team since 1993 to win the Stanley Cup. Now with the latest on the Lightning, we say hello to Erin Andrews.
Well, Sam, 3 years ago, former Lightning general To inspire his signing, he called Andrew Chuck's wife, Sue, and begged her to get Dave to Tampa Bay. Now Andrew Chuck is in his first NHL final in a Game 7. What's his motivation for tonight? After 22 years of watching other teams hoist the cup and celebrate, he wants his turn. Now let's send it over to Darren Pang.
Aaron, thank you very much. Both goaltenders have been spectacular so far in this series, but I give the slight edge in Game 7 to Nikolai Khabibulin, who has been utterly outstanding the last 2 games. Mika Kiprusoff has been brilliant. Both of them have naivety and lack of experience. Both are 1 game away from the Stanley Cup. For more, John Saunders.
Well, Darren, these 2 teams combined have played about 230 games this year. It comes down to 1.
Is that the new spicy tender crisp? It's good.
It's like you guys made out.
It's here, the new spicy tender crisp chicken sandwich. Get ready for a mouth whooping. Have it your way.
Ah, spring. Time for the sweet sounds of pucks ringing the post and big-time hits. Before you get cup crazy, get Java technology from Sun Microsystems. It's in millions of phones, computers, and smart Java cards. And it connects you to the best NHL action. Use your Java-powered phone or computer for a secure connection to live scores and games like NHL Power Shot Hockey. Get in the game at java.com or nhl.com. Sun Microsystems. The network is the computer.
This here, that's the drain plug. It lets the oil drain out into the pan. Remember, she's got a lot of mileage on her, but one day, she'll be all yours.
Help keep the family car in the family. Switch to Valvoline's Max Life at 75,000 miles. Its added ingredients help prevent wear on critical engine parts.
After our naps, we'll flush the radiator.
At 75,000, time to switch to Max Life.
Fight ravaging rain, scorching sun, and wind with Thompson's Water Seal Advanced. Special technology allows it to penetrate deep to seal out 99% of the water right from the start. Thompson's Water Seal Advanced, the most powerful water protection guaranteed. Now available at the Home Depot.
Good looks do run in the family. Now get half off every lens for everybody. Lens Crafters. You'll see, we're better.
Time is running out. What price are you willing to pay? When the physical pain begs the mind to quit, will your heart press on? Will you sacrifice body and spirit to focus on one singular purpose, one unified desire, one perfect dream? If so, this could be yours. Good luck, boys. Come and get it.
The Stanley Cup Finals on ABC, presented by Nextel. Brought to you by Nextel coast-to-coast walkie-talkies in under a second. Nextel, done. Bud Light, the proud sponsor of the NHL. Fresh, smooth, real. Bud Light, it's all here. Nissan, who invites you to shift the way you move through the world. And Southwest Airlines, official airline of the National Hockey League. Southwest Airlines, a symbol of freedom.
That is the scene outside, where there'll be almost as many fans as the 22,000 who are inside for this Game 7. Tonight's Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals being brought to you by ABC in high definition. With John Davidson, Bill Clement upstairs, I'm Gary Thorne. Delighted to have you with us. One of those rare, wonderful treats in sports. A Game 7. Right here. This is it. What you played for, it's what you dreamed about, what you hoped for. Home teams have a 10-2 advantage. This is just the 13th time that there has been a Game 7 in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Well, Tampa obviously hoping home ice will mean a big thank to them. And with Calgary, they're 10-3 on the road. They've been a great road team all playoffs.
Dave Andreychuk sits and waits his turn to play, hopefully, the game that gets him the Stanley Cup after 22 years in the National Hockey League.
We are ready to go. This Game 7 is underway as the snapshots are taken to start the game. St. Louis along the near side could not play it. Richards, St. Louis. Kubina will dump that one back into the line. St. Louis was charging. Richards had a chance. And comes back to the near side point. And there is the first opportunity, and it was Tampa Bay's. Into the Jerome Iginla. Iginla drops it. Conroy. That shot blocked. Well, Kubina got it, and here we go again.
Who else? Pavel Kubina.
He's the shot blocker.
Human blocking machine.
Unbelievable. He did this in the last game at least a half dozen times.
And Gents, when we talked to his coach, John Tortorella, before the game, he said he makes mistakes and he does crazy things out there. But he has always tried to make a difference, and that's what John Tortorella respects about Pavel Kubina. The difference in this series has come in shot blocking.
Tortorella has a picture in his office of Kubina standing over top of Jaromir Jagr, then playing with Washington. This team here, Tampa Bay, knocked Washington out of the playoffs, and Kubina stopped Jaromir Jagr, the great goal scorer.
Sean Donovan is not playing tonight. He is a scratch as he was in the last game. He tried the pregame skate, could not make it. So he's not in. But Robin Regeer is in after Darryl Sutter, his coach for 2 days, said he's probably not going to play. So Regeer, their big defenseman, right there on the ice, is in the zone. Brought back in. LeCavalier dropped it off. It'll be whistled on the offside.
Regeer had a plastic walking cast on his left foot walking into the arena tonight. He was injured in Game 5. Went behind the net. He's one of the 2 Calgary players there, and his ankle got twisted badly as he went into the boards. He's been shot up with the needle. He's playing because he's a hockey player.
Guys, we talk about players playing hurt. Robin Regeer is playing injured, and there's a difference.
Yep. He can play. It's not going to do any more damage. Bounce back up in the air. Andreychuk got a piece of it, knocked away to Boyle. For both of these teams, their first chance in a Game 7 Stanley Cup Finals. We got a delayed call. Gary Fraser's got his arm up away from the play. Keprasov on the cover. Gary Fraser, the referee, way over, gets a slashing call here.
And he was pointing
to Dave Andreychuk.
Yeah. No, Marcus Calgary penalty. Yeah.
Wow.
Number 26, Calgary, 2-minute slashing.
This is not what the Flames want.
Tampa's coming off a game where they scored 2 power play goals. Their power play has gotten hot with scoring big goals. First goal has meant a lot in this series. Let's watch if Calgary can kill this off.
First goal in this series has been the winner of the game. A series where everybody who scored first has come away with the wins in the first 6 games of this series. And here is this power play that has been red hot. They are 6 out of 29 in this series. They have been led on the power play this playoff year by Richards, who has scored 7. The interception by Yell, shorthanded. Yell moves it in. Yell stripped of the puck, dumped back into the corner where he picks it up again. Richards back to get it. Doubled up on the forecheck, Calgary.
That was a sloppy LeCavalier turnover for Yell to take the puck with his hand, knock it down, and knock 20 seconds off the power play.
LeCavalier moves it in, dumps it back into the middle. The power play is underway here. Modine dropped it back into the corner. St. Louis up for LeCavalier. LeCavalier leaves it deep. St. Louis back there. St. Louis pushes his man away. LeCavalier, they were right together. Kubina drops it to the wide side. Into the middle. LeCavalier! Blocked into the corner. That one hit off the heel of the stick. It'll be cleared out of the zone.
Guys, I don't think LeCavalier's been right since he was hit into the glass by Nieminen and had the 10-stitch cut to the side of his head. He's making plays that he normally does not make.
Even though this morning he told you that he is okay.
He said he was fine, but I don't believe him.
They let it go back to the point, and Richards cannot stop it. Khabibulin almost fell coming out of the net. And will there be a penalty here in Khabibulin? He shot it up into the bench.
Gary, yeah, went into the bench. If it's over the glass, it's a 2-minute penalty for delay. Into the bench, it's allowed to happen by the goaltender.
He got out of the gate, though, with a stumble. You're right,
yes,
Gary.
He did. He almost
out of the
fell down.
gate. And Jerome McGinley had a full throttle thing going, racing for the puck.
What do you guys think about Lecavalier? I mean, he missed that beautiful pass. He already flipped the puck. Maybe he's nervous, but I don't think he's 100% after having his head banged.
And the numbers support that, too.
Well, whether he's 100 or not, he hasn't been a factor, and he hasn't played his best hockey in the last 3 games. That we know.
Stillman moved that one in. Power play. He's got 20 seconds left to go on it. Corey Stillman moves it back on top of the door. Shot deflected wide up Panasenkov. Panasenkov taken down behind the net. It'll be cleared around the boards. Good chance down low. Fedotenko, rather, who had the opportunity. That one batted away at center, and it'll be moved up, and that should do it. Kovacic got it up the length of the ice. No shots on their first power play chance. 0 for 1, and it stays scoreless. Boyle started up ice. He gets turned by Nielsen.
He's skating with the puck. Remember, John Tortorella told us right before the game, Dan Boyle is one of the keys to us winning the Stanley Cup, although he wouldn't mention the Stanley Cup in those terms. But he said Boyle has to express himself offensively. How does he do that? Skating with the puck.
Yep, got to do it. If you see him as he was there, getting blocked into the zone. Kovacic moves it back in. Tied up. Montador could not get it on the far side. He held it in. Montador dumps it wide of the net. Right now, Calgary's got the early advantage in this game momentum-wise, even though that first power play went to Tampa Bay. Seabach getting to stay in. Seabach, Clymer have played very well together on this line with Dingman. So they're getting a chance here. Javi Bull knocked it away. Cleared back up for Dingman, 2-5.
I think Tampa looks a little nervous.
Yes.
They have not made the real crisp plays you'd like to see a team make. But remember, they're a very young team, too.
Taken back into the zone. Again, takes this man down. And no call. Flip back out of the zone. Jerome McGinley put the one arm on, and generally that's enough to get a call, but there was none there.
Well, what would the perfect scenario be for the Tampa Bay Lightning? For Brad Richards to score the first goal of the game. Here's one reason why. Tampa Bay has played 33 games this season, including the regular season, in which Brad Richards has scored. They are undefeated. They are 9-0 in the playoffs. If they get the first goal, they're 13-2 in the playoffs, and they're undefeated in the finals.
And you know what's astonishing about that? Never scored a goal in 11 playoff games one season ago.
Amazing, isn't it?
Isn't that something what experience does for a player?
He has been the warrior for the Tampa Bay Lightning here in this series, and as we said at the start, an MVP candidate if they win.
Gary, last year we watched him fade as the playoffs moved along, and they didn't even get to the conference finals. This year, the more the stakes have been raised, the better Brad Richards has played.
He has either scored or assisted on 10 of the 15 game-winning goals they've had this playoff year. So the stuff he's done has mattered. No score here. In fact, we're still looking for shots to be put up. Nobody's had a shot. There you see what he has done.
And he's really become John Tortorella's go-to guy, without question.
How about, oh, look at that, huh?
First American head coach to appear in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals, and he's doing it with the same suit he's worn for every win in the finals.
Shot deflected wide. Corey Stillman off that face-off draw. Stillman trying to block it into the corner. It rolls back to center, and a whistle behind the play and a hand pass.
So a face-off play where Stillman was left open for just a second near the front of the net of Kiprasov of Calgary. And I don't know if the shot actually ended up on net, did it?
Don't think so.
No, good stick by Robin Regier.
Robin Regier again. You see why he's playing hurt. He's that good.
This series has been so close. Calgary scored 2 more goals than Tampa Bay overall.
Tortorella, the Tampa coach, said, listen, his theme to his players today was relax. Just relax. It looks to me like they're trying to relax, but I'm not sure they've relaxed just yet.
Well, they've had a problem doing that at home, and their players were all saying this morning, we want to play this game like we're on the road. Yeah. We felt relaxed on the road.
It's exactly what Calgary tried to do in Game 6.
Yep.
He said to his players, enjoy yourselves. Well, to enjoy, you got to play well, and you got to win, and you got to score, and all of those good things.
Calgary has won 10 games on the road. They are 10-3 this playoff year. They have tied a record in road wins already. They win the Stanley Cup, they'll set a mark in road wins in a playoff year. Javi Bull with Niemanen moving in.
Now with Calgary, guys, as Niemanen, the little scrappy forward, mixes it up. Calgary had Al McNeil, a former NHL player and coach who's with the Flames, and a winner of 4 Stanley Cups. Last night met with the players, and he gave them a passionate speech about what the Stanley Cup championship type of thing means. With all the coaches and players there, I guess it was very, very passionate from what the players were telling me.
Only, as we remind you, winning on the road so tough. Only 2 teams have done it in a Game 7 situation, this being the 13th Game 7. That one cleared back out to center. Played by Leopold. Bounces it off the wall. Taylor will tip it away. Back into the zone. Corey Sarge teamed up with Pratt. Off the near side dasher. Regier able to bounce it away to center. Niemanen on the left. Safrican dumps it in. Safrican has had a tremendous last 2 games. Number 19 in white. Flipped up by Andrechuk and out of the zone.
How about his dozen shots on goal in the last 2 games? More than anybody.
Maybe playing the best hockey he's played in his career.
Jerome McGinley hasn't touched the puck very much yet. Here he comes for another shift. He admitted that he was not good enough in Game 6. We didn't think he was as good as he was earlier in the series. And he said, I visualize winning the Stanley Cup, and I don't prepare that way. I prepare by just focusing on the process. He said, that's what I'm going to do today.
So he over-prepared. Is that it? Over-prepared,
well,
huh?
he thought about the end instead about the means and the way to get there.
Yeah. It's Tampa Bay on the face-off win. It comes to Kavina. Dump back into the middle, into the zone. Tampa Bay keeping the heat on. St. Louis had moved up. Wrapped around. Andrew Ference couldn't get it out of there. Modine's in behind the net. Modine's been cold for a while, yet has had a very good playoff year. Modine brings it all the way out back to Brad Richards. Richards dumped it off, tried to get it off the side of the net, came all the way behind it. Modine to Kubina. Kubina had to knock it down. Back in behind the net, St. Louis. Richards out there in front of the net. Cleared back around. Kubina again stepping up. This is what Calgary will try and take advantage of. Iginla jumped out the center.
That's a great shift, Gary, because they kept the puck in Calgary's zone when Iginla's on the ice. But Iginla will stay on the ice for long shifts.
There he is right there. Jerome Iginla in. Shot blocked again. Played back St. Louis. Got it up into the middle for Lecavalier. Could not get it. If you're wondering who blocked that shot, re-watch the tape. 13 Kubina.
Good guess.
Yeah. Fedotenko had it on the wall and lost it. Cleared back out. Iginla will now head off the ice after that pass. Shot again blocked into the middle. Blocked to the near side. Stillman able to get it. Barry Stillman takes it back in behind the net. We still do not have a shot. We have played almost 7 minutes of the first period of this Game 7.
Well, Brad Richards has 23 family members and relatives here, and when we come back, Aaron Andrews will visit with the Richards clan.
Hey, Tank.
What exit?
Walkie-talkies get it done. Nextel.
I'm more of a Molly Hatchet fan myself. Sorry.
What is it? A life-size replica of the Stanley Cup. Wow.
Where'd you get it?
An internet auction site. Let's just say I went over my limit to win it. Thank you for purchasing this giant replica of Stanley's cup.
Who's Stanley?
Whoever he is, I'm impressed.
That's not the Stanley Cup.
Because Lightning forward Brad Richards has 29 family and friends in town to root him on. Brad's father, Glenn, a lobster fisherman, he put the traps on hold, guys, so he could come out and cheer Brad on. I've been told in the box tonight, while Canada is cheering for Calgary, Prince Edward Island is cheering for the Lightning, guys.
Brad Richards, who has 25 points and leads all playoff scorers this year. Prince Edward Island, they are watching the game. Avi Bolin tried to reach that, could not get it, and almost knocked it down. Wow, rolled back out the center. Regier will come back.
That had to be an accident, right? Chris Clark hook skates with Nikolai Hobby-Bulin and tripped him. Kerry Fraser with motion accident.
Popped up Modine, backhander, and it went off the glove side high. Rebound off the side of the net. First big turnover, Modine with the opportunity. Simon able to clear it up and out of the zone.
I think Modine's got some pretty good jump in his legs early here.
Modine, as we said, has had a good series, but he's only had a goal and an assist in the last 6 games, but he's 8 and 10 overall. Safrican shot blocked. Corey Sarge.
Bodin's a big man with a big shot, heavy shot, hard shot, but sometimes he plays so defensive you don't notice him. Watch him here find the loose puck, flips it by the defender, and then just misses on the backhand. You have to hustle to find room. Bobby Boulin missed the puck, and watch this.
That was Chris Clark that skated through and locked skates with him.
A lot of times that can be the goaltender interference, whether it was accidental or not. But that time, let go up the near side. Bill McCurry, Kerry Fraser, the two veteran officials working this game 7. That one came to the slot. Stillman got it. Stillman looking off the near side. A little room. Straight down the middle. Fedotenko. Keprasov reached out to get it.
Fans are booing, but he dove for the puck.
Right. Made a good play. Keprasov. These two goaltenders have just match saves in this series. That may have been the first shot of the game right there, and it was 8 minutes into the first period.
And Fedotenko looks like he's been cut up above the right eyebrow. But watch him here. The puck will slide through and he'll dive. And there he may have been clipped, Bill, as he went down on top of the stick. Watch his head.
Andrew Ferentz here, right?
No.
When did he get hit?
Well, got to work on that.
Notice how his cheek below that is healed. Remember early in the series when he got slammed into the boards, his cheek was hanging wide open.
He looks good.
Yes, he does.
Fedosenkov sends it in. Lidman got a piece of him. There's a Fedosenkov on the near side still there. Lidman moved over. Bump put on. Bump shot. Kubina deflected in front. Dave Anderchuk taken down by Matador as he tried to get the shot off. So we do have one shot on the board, even though they counted one that really rolled in and almost wasn't a shot. Deflected into the corner. Jelena went right by that one. Regier stepping up on the near side, able to hold it in. Martin Jelena drops it. They look to the front of the net. Aginla's out there. Aginla, Jelena, Conroy on this line for Calgary. That's Aginla spinning, turning. Aginla. John Tortorella said he wants to put on a show tonight, and we know it. Shot. That one gloved by Bobby Boulin.
You see how Leopold, who took the shot, faked and then stick handled. That's because Andrechuk was in the shooting lane, and every shot Calgary's taken so far has been blocked. Now watch him stick handle to get around it. Now he cuts to the middle. Now he gets around Andrechuk, and there's the shot into the catching glove of Bobby Boulin.
From our Southwest Airlines goal cam, you see the traffic in front of Bobby Boulin, but the Calgary Flames have talked long and hard about taking the time to change the point of attack or the angle of the shot to get around the shot blocker.
Well, they haven't listened well because that's the first time they've done it here. Kubina's blocked 3 shots himself.
Regier gets it off the draw. That one is whistled in wide. Yell was going for it. Comes to the near side boards on that last shot. Jelena again was in the net. Simon intercepted and a save made off the chance.
Chris Simon had been on the Aginla line, but they changed it for this game. He's playing with Yell, and their line on the forecheck forces the turnover. Chris Simon has a very good shot, but Bobby Boulin held on.
I like this play. Chris Simon had one thing in mind, and that was shooting. If you're not sure, early in a game, especially early in a Game 7, especially when it's the Stanley Cup Finals, if you're not sure, shoot.
Well, you look for rebounds, you look for deflections, you try to get that first goal. That was a good effort.
Each team now has got on the board 2 shots for the Flames, 1 for the Lightning. Face-off will be won by Calgary. Kovacic going around the net. Boyle trying to get a piece. Kovacic turns right into Boyle, pins him up against the wall. Off the near side, Nielsen takes the hit. Nielsen and Cullimore. Cullimore swept it out. Fedosenkov picks it up. Taylor's on the left side with it. Tampa Bay will change, so only 2 back for Tampa Bay in the zone. Great job to control it in the corner. Regier ties him up. Moved up the wall and out.
No, one guy that looks like he's got a ton of energy, and that's little Chuck Kovacic.
He is moving out there. Taylor tips it in. There are 4 players who have played in a Stanley Cup final Game 7 before on this ice tonight. Chris Dingman, Billy Niemanen, and Stefan Yell, and Martin Jelena. Back to get it Sarich. Everybody overskated it. Finally, a touch-up for the icing. Martin Jelena played for Vancouver against the Rangers in '94 in a Game 7 in the finals.
It's his 4th trip to the Stanley Cup Finals. His first trip in 1990 when he was just a teenager is the only Stanley Cup that he's won. Because he did not win with Vancouver, and he went in 2002 with Carolina, but he's back here.
Stanley Cup winners, there are a number of those on the ice tonight looking to do it again, especially for the Calgary team. Cleared up the near side. St. Louis held it into Kubina. Kubina dumps it to Modine. Conroy reached in and took it away. Our exclusive coverage of this Game 7 Stanley Cup Finals. The Stanley Cup is in the house. It will be awarded to one of these 2 teams, and their names will be etched on the cup forever in history. And for the players today, there's one thing you heard from both sides, and they were all asked the same question. What does it mean to you to have a chance to get your name on the cup? And they all said the fact it's there forever. One of them said, my grandkids will go to the Hall of Fame. Turned right through the middle, and they'll look, and there will be my name. Shot deflected high off the glass. Andrew Ferentz had the chance. High flip. Richards already down ice into the zone. Didn't want to touch that one up. Would have been a good liner.
This line with Richards, Stanley, and Modine, they have 9 of the 11 goals scored by Tampa Bay in this series.
They are out there together. Into the corner. Clark, Pratt. Pratt turns it, tried to turn it back in behind the net. Pratt Dars get it back there. Corey Sarge comes back to get it.
Chris Clark with no glove on his left hand. He's got to be careful of that.
Going to get slashed on that one. LeCavalier's on the near side with a puck. LeCavalier trying to turn it in. Edmund would not let him get through. LeCavalier bumped into the boards on the second time. Zafrican with it. Zafrican drops it off. Quick line out there for Calgary. Great check. Corey Sarge. Kovacic trying to get by him, and he stood him up. LeCavalier will bring it in the middle of a line change. Stillman dumped that one in. The corner couldn't handle. Leopold will turn it up ice for the Flames. Boyle there to get it. Boyle off the wall. Would have been onside. Zafrican's got it on the out. 3-on-3. Trying to send it in. Nieminen knocked it down. Couldn't control it.
Right, Calgary's failed twice to get the puck deep, and look at Tampa come right back at him.
This is that third line. Clymer, Seabach, and Dingman. A fourth line, rather. Dump back in behind. Well, actually, the way they played, they might be the third line. Clymer's got it in the corner. Kicked it away. Clymer coming to the front. Shot it through the paint, but not on net. Near side boards, Nieminen. Pretty good shot. Good on Boyle. In the middle, Dingman. Trying to move around. Got taken down, and a penalty coming on a trip to Zafrican.
Well, the fourth liners, you said, Gary, maybe you're right. The third line drew the power play for Tampa Bay.
Their second power play of this game 7.
Come on. The fact is, all light beers are low in carbs.
Feel good, don't it?
This is for you and your crew. The ones that's true will always love you, no matter what you do.
Choose on taste. Fresh, smooth, real. It's all here.
These low fares to your favorite vacation destinations start at just $49.
You are now free to move about the country.
You dream about playing in the Stanley Cup Finals and playing a Game 7 and winning the Cup, and but that dream continues all the way until you actually experience it. I thought about it last year, the year before that, and 20 years ago I thought about it.
1,759 total games.
But all the times he thought about it, Dave Andreychuk has never gotten this close. Had never been to the Stanley Cup Finals before this season.
What a night for him. And he has indicated without saying it that were he to win the Cup, maybe this would be it. That will be deflected on another faceoff.
You know, he's now a left winger. Takes a lot of faceoffs as a centerman. When he was playing center, you know the coach that moved him to the wing? The great Scotty Bowman. Scotty said, you know, Dave, you don't quite skate like you used to. I'm going to move you to the wing. He says, whatever you say, coach.
Zafrican got the tripping penalty at 11:59. Tampa Bay is on their second power play of the game. We have no score. 6:56 to go. Game 7. For Lord Stanley's Hardware to be awarded here tonight. Ferentz dumped it around the boards. Boyle's got it. Tampa Bay on the power play in their dark-room uniforms. Richard in the middle. Shot. Locked into the corner. Deflected. And that'll be cleared out of the zone. Boyle with a big shot.
A straight shot. Dan Boyle tested his stick. I'm not sure it was deflected, but he ripped it about 10 feet wide.
It wasn't even close.
Well, you know what? Managing your emotions is the big key out here, and that means how hard you grip the stick, too.
Anderchuk bringing it into the zone. Great control with it over to Richards. The Cavalier's with him. Shot wide. Anderchuk couldn't get the rebound. Yells on him. Anderchuk picks it up. Looking. Goes back out onto the point. Richards on the near side. Trying to get Richards away while Anderchuk sets up in front. Shot again. Anderchuk covered by Kiprasov.
Bill, you just mentioned manager emotions. I think the two guys that are maybe the toughest for the two goaltenders, they haven't had any work here. And I'm telling you, you want some work, and then all of a sudden this happened. Deflection kick save. That was spectacular by the goaltender, Kiprasov.
Good play by Brad Richards. You see him look up, take a peek. He was looking for somebody to deflect in front, and he nailed it. Shot it right to St. Louis, and St. Louis drifted a rebound over to Anderchuk. But Brad Richards, I think, of anybody in the series, has managed his emotions better than anybody.
There he is. Brad Richards backhands it into the middle, cleared up but not out. Shot Kubina. That one gets blocked. A little Kubina on Kubina. It was Leopold who put the body down on the ice.
After he gave it away.
Yes.
Giveth and taketh.
We're going to start calling a shot block a Kubina.
A Kubina.
Let's give a player a Kubina.
Going to get a whole new name. We'll make an award up for it. Have it done with some ice sculpture. Stillman on the near side. Still a power play, Tampa Bay. Got 44 seconds left to go on it. The shots are 3-2 in favor of the Lightning. Up the near side wall. Looking. Tango had nowhere to go with it. Dropped it into the corner. And Tampa Bay does not want to be playing the puck here around the wall. Richard shot. Save. Rebound. Score!
Valuable first goal, and it goes to Tampa. Brad Richards again with an incredible decision at the point. Here he is. He just wants to create a rebound or a deflection. He got the rebound right out to Fedotenko. Bang! Tampa scored.
The reason there was a rebound is because the original shot didn't go to Kiprasov cleanly. It was deflected. And when it was deflected, all he could do was make the save and not control the rebound. Fedotenko got away from Regier, 1-0.
An unbelievable playoff year for Ruslan Fedotenko, and Avi Bulanana ripped that one wide.
That bounced and almost went in.
Wow. 1-0 lead, Tampa Bay. Fedotenko picks up the power play goal. He's got 11 goals. 5 of them have come on the power play this playoff year. Cleared back deeper. Where to go? It went up over the dasher and out. Will the first goal decide the winner again? Tampa Bay's got it.
At the Bud Light Institute, we're proud that our beer is made with all natural ingredients and is low in carbs. So few, in fact, it's easy to burn the carbs in one Bud Light. That's why we've created the Mini Treadmill 2010. Use your treadmill at home, on the town, even in the gym. And it stores conveniently away till you need to use it again. Order yours today. Fresh, smooth, real. Bud Light, it's all here.
Entertainment for the bus ride to the Clippers away game, $140. 1 bag of cheese doodles, Sour Patch Kids, and pop, $25. Motel rooms for the night, $240. Knowing there's a big clean sheet of ice waiting on the other end, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard, fan of the NHL and those who love hockey above all else.
Gary, he got the shot this morning, right? The cortisone shot on the behind, and then another shot before the game to block the nerve to help him with that injured ankle. There's not a bone that's been broken, but it's a sprain.
Intercepted. Richards drops it down low. St. Louis coming back. Tampa Bay with a power play goal. Boyle hit the post! Boyle hit the post! It would have been 2-0. Yale will move it in. Yale coming with Matador. Had to go back to get the puck. Yale will drop it into the corner. Simon trying to center it. That one blocked right back to him. St. Louis over to get it. Yale came in to help. St. Louis knocked it away. Yale will pick it back up. The goal at 13:31. Fedotenko from Richards and Modine. The second of this series for Fedotenko. More importantly, the 11th of the playoff year for Ruslan Fedotenko. Boyle's got to be behind his own net. Tampa Bay has now had a power play goal in 12 of the last 13 games. And this series, 46% of the goals have come off the power play, second most ever.
And Gary, that Boyle hitting the goalpost again, that was Richards' line on the ice. That's how hot they are.
They will see more ice time with John Tortorella as with Daryl Sutter. They watch for that. Fanned on, once, twice, in. Javi Bullock covers. Olawa, 2 chances down low.
That might be Olawa's first or second shift of the game, and he makes something happen. Maybe Coach Sutter will ride this big guy a little bit more.
Chance to be a hero, but the puck was so alive. It was spinning and bouncing on him when Chuck Kobastu centered it out. Watch this. Went off the toe. Then when it bounced over him again. It was like a hubcap at about 90 miles an hour. And there's the hit post by Dan Boyle.
Calgary was really sloppy with their defensive zone coverage during that Richards shift that has Boyle on it. And why not? Boyle's the best offensive defenseman Tampa Bay has. Put him with the hot line, and it almost paid off.
Boyle leads all defensemen in scoring this year in the playoffs with 10 points, 2 goals and 8 assists. Pratt cleared it around. Fedotenko trying to get it, could not. Taylor does, and flips that one out of the zone. Ferentz tipped away to center. Neiman's on the near side, cuts back to the middle. A pass to him gets blocked. Neiman gave chase, couldn't get to it in time. Cleared out of the zone. Corey Sarich right back the other way. Tampa Bay keeping their 2D back. Sarich on the near side. Shots are 5-2 in favor of the Lightning. Only 2 shots here for Calgary with 4:14 to go in the period. Brett Warren is going to chase this one down into the corner, icing. And we'll check in with Darren Pang. Darren.
Gary, there's a fine line between scoring and not scoring. These 2 plays look eerily similar on Mika Kiprusoff. You mentioned Richards at the one point. What a smart shot. Just before the goal, it went off the toe and away. That last attempt went off the pad and right out front, right on the doorstep. That's rebound control, and I know Mika would like to get that one back.
Boy, what you notice is the great job Fedotenko did in spinning away and turning his body and rolling off of Robin Regehr.
Amazing. How about the fact Fedotenko had played 22 playoff games before this year. He had a goal and 2 assists. Fedotenko now has 11 goals and 2 assists this year.
Gary told me this morning, I said, is anybody watching in Kiev in the Ukraine? He said, before the conference finals, a man gave my dad a satellite dish. His dad, Victor, his mom, Nina, his 4-year-old brother, David. It's 4 a.m. in Kiev. They were just able to watch Ruslan score a goal in the Stanley Cup Finals in Game 7.
Not a great story. You think they've sat down yet? I have a feeling they're still jumping around the room.
That kid, Fedotenko, left home early, too. So for him to have something like this happen for his family is great. He went to Saskatchewan, actually Finland, and then the province of Saskatchewan to play.
Lecavalier is giving chase into the corner. Lecavalier in the touch and then gut touch. Puck loose. Stillman came in to get it. Comes around the near side. Moved up off the glass and out. A little retaliatory hit by Lecavalier on Andrew Ferentz behind the play. Ferentz back. They get a free out here. Would have been offside. Lecavalier just getting out of the zone. Boyle tried to touch it. Could not. Cullimore back to get it. Cullimore has been magnificent in this series. Coming back from an injury that had kept him out in a number of the playoff games. Only his 11th playoff game this season.
That injury just above his thumb on his right wrist. And he has to wear a brace just to have strength on the hand.
Simon in a little rough stuff. Boyle moves in.
Easy, boys. Control your emotions.
Cullimore pushed with his left arm, not his right arm. That's the one injured.
Outside, it is a beautiful night. Temperatures probably down around 80 now, up in the 90s today. The thunderstorms move through, except for the one in here. And that's Tampa Bay's skyline. And look at that crowd outside the St. Pete Times Forum. Don't tell me they don't get excited here as they do in Calgary. That's the Saddle Dome that's full tonight to watch the Flames.
Packed to the rafters.
Great sight. Cleared back in. Boyle coming back. Boyle rammed it around the near side boards, deflected up to the point. Good play by Homa to get it out. They get an odd man chance. Dingman's alone in front. They drop it. Shot. Save. Rebound will be covered. I don't think Tampa Bay could believe that. Cullimore ended up with a shot.
Gary, that's as open as Boyle was when he hit the goalpost. I mean, this is a breakdown by Calgary's hockey club.
Tony Lidman pinched, and he shouldn't have pinched at the other end.
When you pitch, you certainly hope somebody covers up. Look at this. Seaback decided to pass the puck to Cullimore instead of shooting it. That's a good play, too. And Kiprusoff comes up with a gigantic save. Seaback told me today he's the only Slovak left in the playoffs. And he, from Slovakia, he said, I'm the only Slovak left. And he said he should have good legs. This is only his 6th playoff game.
Brad a chance, deflected wide. Boy, what a chance. Ended up being a 3-on-1 down low that time. Seaback just held on. They got a shot out of it, but no goal. Leopold putting the check on. Modine came in to pick the puck up, though. Modine along the wall. Regier all over him. Dumped back by Richard. St. Louis. Backhand St. Louis taking down Leopold. Flipped up high up the wall, but not out. Calgary struggling to clear the zone here in this first period. They get it out off a bounce. There's a freaking sends it in.
Guys, who's been real quiet for Calgary in the first period? Hardly said his name.
And I'm surprised.
Haven't seen him on the ice. I mean, he's out there, but I mean, touching the puck or involved in the play. Not much at all. Andrew Perrin stepped up. St. Louis a collision. Pratt a collision. Cleared through the middle, but not out of the zone. Rhett Warren. Warren a shot wide. Boy, there were 8 people in front of Javi Bulin that time. Hit put on by Niemanen. Niemanen battling St. Louis. Shots him. That was a save, I think, off Javi Bulin. Great chance for Zaprikin. Point chance comes wide off the near side. Andrew Ferentz. Modine feathers that one out.
It's Calgary's best shift in a while. Niemanen. Zaprikin.
And here comes Joel McGinley now for his shift.
Here's Andrew Ferentz with a puck. Ferentz will dump that one into the zone. Centering pass blocked to Jelena, trying to get it through Gavina. Ferentz playing a +4, the best plus-minus in this series for the Flames. Matador trying to dump it off. Had to play it himself. Jelena got it. Jelena into the middle. 2-on-2 the other way. Iginla leaves it. Heads to the net. Shot blocked. Iginla has it in his skates. Got kicked wide. Gavina played it up to the point. Not out. Sticks go flying on the ice. Jelena lost ears. Here's a chance for the odd man. Jelena grabs a stick off the bench. Centering pass right through the middle. Anderchuk couldn't redirect. There's Jelena going to stick off the bench. And there's his stick on the ice. And it'll be set up, and that goes over the boards. I want to remind you our Dodge Intermission Report. John, Barry, and Darren coming along. We'll have live interviews. And one legend to another. Ray Bourque to Dave Anderchuk, all coming up.
Sador made a nice play on Iginla again in front of the net. As Dave Anderchuk playing in his 11th. Game 7. Imagine that.
Nope. I played for 12 years. I still can't imagine.
I played for 10, never played for 1.
That's how tough it is to get here in this last man standing race for the cup that will be awarded here tonight. We'll have the ceremony, whichever team wins it, because it's a guarantee tonight. George Stanley's cup will be on the ice. Cleared away. Leopold coming back. We're in the final 23 seconds of this Game 7, 13th ever in the Stanley Cup Finals, and the 3rd Game 7 in the last 4 years, and a penalty coming on Tampa Bay. Interference, Cullimore.
It's only 17.8 seconds to go in the period. This will be Calgary's first power play as Kerry Fraser makes the call.
Number 5, Tampa, interference on the pitch.
Well, that would be Jason Cullimore, and the significance of this is that Calgary's going to get the majority of this power play on a brand new sheet of ice to start the 2nd period when pucks lie flat.
Yeah. You can see the Clark going into forecheck was picked off. That's a good call. Do you think Calgary using 4 defensemen in that last long overtime game has hurt them? Ice time-wise? Because I'll tell you, Tampa's defense looks fresh, and they use 6 all game long. Calgary only used 4, and at times they've looked disorganized in their own zone.
The jump has certainly been in that department for Tampa Bay. And the penalty on Cullimore at 19:42 to end the period. It'll be a power play for another minute 42, but the only goal, the Tampa Bay fans on their feet. As after a period, Tampa Bay on the Fedotenko goal has the lead. John, Barry, Darren coming up after this from our ABC stations.
Kansas wins again.
He's not even human. He's like a robot.
Why? Because he always wins.
Need another Kenseth. Copy that.
He's a robot.
A winning robot.
Walkie-talkies get it done. Nextel.
The Sears Bigger, Better Father's Day Sale. The only place for Father's Day. Find stronger tools, hotter grills, bigger TVs, cooler clothes, newer saws, faster drills, sharper DVD players, and smaller cameras. Like this Fuji digital camera. Go digital for under $100. Go for it. Hundreds of gifts on sale right now. Shop the Bigger, Better Father's Day Sale. Sears. Good life, great price.
This summer, how are you going to spend your Monday nights?
I'm going to get a jump start on my Christmas cards.
Yeah, you can do that. Or next Monday, ABC's Summer of a Billion Laughs continues with My Wife and Kids.
1, 2, 3.
George Lopez.
She used to take my temperature the other way just because she thought it was funny.
According to Jim.
You want me to take my shirt off in there so you can brag?
And Hope and Faith. We're dishing out the laughs until a billion are served.
This is the best night ever.
Next Monday, part of ABC's Summer of a Billion Laughs.
The 260 horsepower supercharged Grand Prix Comp G. The new 275 horsepower GXP. And now, the 350 horsepower GTO. Pontiac, fuel for the soul.
It's truck season, a time when lumber gets hauled, boats get towed, and trucks go off-roading. Time for Toyota's Truckathon.
There are 36 truck models to choose from with great deals on the rugged Tacoma, the powerful Tundra with available iForce V8, and Toyota's biggest truck ever, the Tundra Double Cab. Now get up to $1,500 cash back on a tough, dependable Toyota truck. Toyota's Truckathon, going on now at your local Toyota dealer. Get the feeling. Toyota.
Go Bulls from your ABC Action News station.
This is the Dodge Stanley Cup Intermission Report.
Calgary and the Saddle Dome. This is the center of Canada's hockey universe right now. The hopes of a nation trying to bring the Stanley Cup north of the border for the first time since 1993. Meanwhile, outside the Forum here, these Lightning fans love what they've seen in the first period. They don't care that they can't get in the building. They have a 1-0 lead. John Saunders, Barry Melrose, and Darren Pang. We talked about this at the start of the game, that your stars have to be your best players, and the guys who would stand out for the MVP, and Brad Richards has already stepped up.
And I've been focusing on Brad Richards. I've been focusing on Jerome McGinley. And folks, it's not even close. Brad Richards is eating him up. Brad Richards, right from the opening drop of the puck, has been fantastic. First power play. Look at the presence of mind. Walk down the line. That's a 80-foot pass he made side to side. Same thing here. He walks the middle, can't shoot himself. Nice little pass to Boyle, middle of the rink. Another great shot on a power play, all set up by Richards. Now watch this play. Got to get the shot through. Everybody blocks shots. Get it right through, off the pad. Goal is scored. Brad Richards is passing the puck well. Brad Richards is playing good defense right now. He looks like $1 million. And right now, again, if Tampa Bay wins, he's a Conn Smythe winner, Daryl.
I agree. His idol is Joe Sakic, and that's a pretty darn good idol to have. And I'm glad this first period was a good one because I missed my anniversary yesterday. So Game 7 should be this way. And obviously the home crowd's liking it. For Nikolai Hobby-Bulin, that's a tough first period. There's no action whatsoever. I wanted to send him down a large latte back there. He got tripped up early. That might have shaken out a few cobwebs. The first high one, no rebound. That's the key. Long one, no problem there with the glove. Short one, no problem there on Oliva. He covered that down low. And so for Nikolai Hobby-Bulin, it's going to get tougher than that. We know that. But I think in the last two games, Hobby-Bulin has been the sharper of the two goaltenders.
By far. Hobby-Bulin's been better last two games.
By the way, you didn't miss your anniversary. You've been with us 10 years.
That's the anniversary that counts the most, at least as far as we're concerned. Ruslan Fedotenko has been terrific in this playoffs, but Richards gets the shot through. Fedotenko with the goal. Tampa up 1-0.
The Dodge Stanley Cup Finals Intermission Report, brought to you by Dodge. You can take life as it comes, or you can grab life by the horns.
Hey, that thing got a Hemi? You're about to find out. Excuse me. Can I have my order, please?
Dodge Ram with the legendary Hemi. Loved by those who have one, dreamt about by those who don't.
Sweet.
Qualified buyers who finance through Chrysler Financial get an additional $1,000 for a total combined cash allowance of $4,500 on Ram 1500.
There are always new races to be run, new challenges to be met. But no matter how things change, success still comes from having a plan and the courage to follow it. And it's still easier to reach your goals when you have talented people on your side. At Oppenheimer Funds, we believe these principles are the keys to investment performance today and tomorrow. Oppenheimer Funds, the right way to invest.
The world's fastest tap dancer, under 12. The world's fastest motorcycle race, under 32 degrees. The world's fastest bird, underwater. And now, the world's fastest office color printer, under $1,000. The Xerox Phaser 8400. 24 prints a minute in vivid Xerox color and crisp black and white, all for under $1,000. The world's fastest snack, in under a second.
Come on. I am so late. Where is 1000 Oakmont?
No problem. Take a right up there. Turn left, up here.
How am I doing?
You're doing fine.
I'm going to be late.
I already called ahead for you.
Wow. Thanks a lot.
No problem. Imagine your life with a personal assistant 24/7. That's Infone. Join us at infone.com.
Where am I?
No problem.
Dodge Intermission Report back in Tampa at the St. Pete Times Forum. High above it and inside, a 1-0 lead for the Lightning. Bad news for Calgary. They're 0-5 when trailing after one period. Let's join Steve Levy.
John, no one on the Flames has more Game 7 experience than Stefan Yell. You've won 5 Game 7s in a row, been on the winning side. What's the key to getting it done here in this one now?
Consistency in our game plan. I thought in the first we didn't stick to it, and we got to get back to it.
The first goal has meant so much, everything in this series. Why is that going to be different tonight for you guys?
We've come back before, and we've done it in these playoffs, and we'll go back in there, get a good rest, and get back at it.
Good luck in the second. Thanks.
Thank you.
Stefan Yell of the Calgary Flames. As for the Tampa Bay side of things, let's go to Aaron Andrews.
Steve, thanks. I'm here with Brad Richards, who assisted on Ruslan Fedotenko's goal. And can you talk a little bit about Ruslan? He was getting stitched up before and after he scored that goal.
Yeah, he's battled all playoffs. He's scored some huge goals for us in front of the net. He's taken a beating, and he obviously saw his hit when he got pretty badly hurt, and he's still back there in front of the net scoring a big goal for us.
Brad, the first team, the team that has scored the first goal in all 6 games has won the game. You know Calgary's going to try to change that tonight. How do you keep your momentum going?
Of course they will. Everybody in Game 7 believes, and they're going to keep believing right to the last buzzer, and so will we. So we got to get the next one, kill this off, and get the next one, go at them. We played a pretty solid period, but we got to settle down a little bit.
Thanks, Brad.
Thank you.
All right, that's Brad Richards, his 14th assist of the postseason. Now let's send it back upstairs for more. Night.
Aaron, thanks a lot. We told you the Calgary side. Tampa Bay, on the other hand, 8-0 when leading after the first period.
Max, go get the paper. Good boy. Now I go the extra step with my new stepometer. It comes in the new Go Active Adult Happy Meal, along with a bottle of water and one of 4 premium salads from McDonald's. I'm loving it.
At Progressive, we think car insurance claims should be easy. That's why we assign you a dedicated claims representative to help you from start to finish, so you always know what's going on with your claim. We even guarantee repairs for as long as you own your car. For over 65 years, we've been changing the way people think about car insurance with great rates and personal helpful claim service. Visit Progressive.com or call 1-800-PROGRESSIVE. Think easier. Think Progressive.
In the morning, in the evening, ain't we got fun? Not much money, oh, but honey, ain't we got fun? Ain't we got fun? So, pretty impressive, huh?
Yeah, the Scene Assist thing's amazing.
Scene Assist, only with Nikon Cool Pix digital cameras, starting under $150. Nikon Digital. If the picture matters, the camera matters.
Finally, a visit. I got your favorite, cornflakes.
You'd have to eat 4 bowls of cornflakes to get the B vitamins in 1 bowl of Total.
You should eat.
How about Raisin Bran, Mom? 10 bowls to match the zinc in Total.
You're too skinny anyway. You always liked your special K.
40 bowls to match Total's calcium.
If you don't eat it, I'll have to throw it out.
Only Total's got 100% daily value of 12 vitamins and minerals. No other leading cereal comes close. Got Total, Mom?
Not until you finish what's in front of you.
Total Raisin Bran. 1 bowl, 100%.
The Braun Synchro cuts more efficiently because it's the first shaver with a 4-way moving head. And its automatic self-cleaning system leaves your shaver so clean it feels like new every day. Braun Synchro. We challenge you to find a better dry shaver.
Mark Cuban started with nothing, but thanks to hard work and good fortune, he's worth $1.3 billion. He bought a Jet Online, an NBA team on a whim. Mark thinks he's the luckiest person alive. Now he's going to make someone the second luckiest by giving away $1 million. What's going to happen next? How will he do it?
The game is going to twist and turn just like that.
Only Mark knows for sure.
The only rules to the game are there are no rules.
He does like to mess with your head.
My game. Mark Cuban is the benefactor. ABC Mondays this fall.
Time is running out. What price are you willing to pay? When the physical pain begs the mind to quit, will your heart press on? Will you sacrifice body and spirit to focus on one singular purpose, one unified desire, one perfect dream? If so, this could be yours. Good luck, boys. Come and get it.
In sports and in the world in general, it's best to cover your bases. So that's what these t-shirt makers are doing. They have champions for the Lightning, champions for Calgary as well. The outcome still in doubt. Remember back in 2001, the hockey world was cheering for Colorado because of Raymond Bourque, hoping he would get his first Stanley Cup after 22 years in the NHL. Same situation now for Dave Andreychuk, and Ray Bourque is pulling for the big guy.
I'm just happy he's got the opportunity to play in Game 7. And, you know, regardless of how it goes, I'll look at him as a champion. I hope he's able to experience the same thing I did and hoisting the cup, because I just want him to have that feeling, because it's an incredible feeling. That trophy is, it's unbelievable. It's a magnet. It's, you know, people just look at this thing and you look at this piece of hardware. It's an incredible trophy.
And just like Bourque, as much as Calgary wants to win this thing, you got to figure even some of those guys would like to see Dave Andreychuk.
But again, it's great for the young guys in Tampa Bay to see that this guy has never won a Stanley Cup and only played for it once. It's not your right to go to the Stanley Cup every year, Darren.
Every year at the deadline, teams are looking for the Dave Andreychuk type player. This year, a number of teams called Tampa Bay. He said absolutely not. His best chance to win right now, he's in Game 7. How much better does it get?
It doesn't get better. Can you imagine what this city is going to be like if this score holds up? Tampa Bay has been crazy the entire day, not just around the Forum, but all through downtown. They are ready to erupt.
This has been the Dodge Stanley Cup Finals Intermission Report, brought to you by Dodge. You can take life as it comes, or you can grab life by the horns. The Stanley Cup Finals on ABC will continue after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
What you got there?
Turkey club.
Looks good.
It is.
Can I have a bite?
Sure.
Thanks. Mmm. 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 Mmm.
The new bold-flavored Big Eats Deli sandwiches, delivered fresh every day. Grab one with an ice-cold Coca-Cola, only at 7-Eleven. Oh, thank heaven.
I've been a hog farmer all my life, and I ain't never seen anything like these Fram air hogs. Yeah! Crazy critters scaring the chickens. And the missus, too, to be honest. Mind you, folks can't wait to get their hands on them.
The Fram Air Hog High Performance Air Filter, designed to allow more airflow for increased acceleration and horsepower. They breathe in, you peel out. Fram Air Hog, hog the road.
The NBA Finals on ABC. Shaq scored at will, but the Pistons D turned the game around and stole Game 1. Can the Lakers rebound in Game 2? Pistons-Lakers. Coverage begins at 8:30 Eastern, Tuesday night on ABC.
Florida's weather, one extreme to another. So it's important to get accurate information. The AccuWeather forecast delivers just that. Accuracy. AccuWeather coverage means you can trust our meteorologists.
We give you first warning of severe weather in your local area, so you're always ready to keep your family safe. And when it comes to planning your most important days, in every newscast, we look ahead with your AccuWeather weekend forecasts.
AccuWeather coverage, only on ABC Action News.
Bob here is trying to decide which truck is the right truck. Well, Bob, Ford F-150 has the strongest frame, giving you better control here and here. It's got a revolutionary interior that's quietest all in here. Plus, the class exclusive tailgate assist feature makes the tailgate easier to move from here to here. So, Bob, all those other trucks belong right here. Lease a best-selling F-150 XLT Super Cab for just $299 a month for 39 months. When you do like Bob did, and come here, your local Southern Ford dealer.
Getting ready for your new GMC?
Honey, it's time.
It's time to get into your Florida GMC dealer for the specially equipped Sierra Z85. Dealer installed 20-inch wheels, chrome side steps, and the Z85 heavy-duty handling and trailering suspension system. Upgrade to professional grade with the Sierra Z85 package while supplies last. Only at your Florida GMC dealers.
Go Bulls from your ABC Action News station.
The Stanley Cup Finals on ABC, presented by Nextel, brought to you by Dodge. You can take life as it comes, or you can grab life by the horns. Miller. Vote Miller for President of Beers. Good call. And MasterCard. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard.
This is what they live for. What they have always lived for. One more win. The 111-year-old real Stanley Cup is in the house. And one of these teams will take it. Welcome back, everybody. Second period. Lightning have a 1-0 lead.
And I am shocked and surprised. I said in our open that Jerome McGinley would play like a raging bull. That's what I expected. Now his challenge is to find the switch. He does not have a shot since the second period of the last game.
Well, he has a chance here as Calgary starts in the power play, but McGinley's played against Sador and Kabina every shift at even strength. There's some thought, guys, from the Calgary camp that since he and Sador are good friends from their junior days, that maybe he hasn't played as nasty and mean as he normally does against somebody that he knows. I don't know if that's true, but that's a thought.
find that hard to believe with him because he is such a strong and ferocious player. There he is right there. Again, taken away by Sador.
The other thing, too, Gary, is that he's such a sweet human being.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I don't know. That might be some truth to it. I know this. He's got to get it going. Calgary is going to see the Stanley Cup presented to the Tampa Bay Lightning tonight.
This is a power play continuing the second of the game for Calgary. A minute left to go in the power play to start the second period. They can't get it into the zone. Knocked away again. Conroy will leave the ice. Calgary will get a new unit out there. Saric and Pratt back on D, knocked it away. Flipped back in. Cleared around the boards. Aginla's on the near side. Pratt got it away. Yell will hold it in. They get it lined up. Power play. 1-0 lead. Tampa Bay. Corey Saric on the intercept. Yell fell down. And an easy out.
I think Yell may have been tripped up by Dave Andreychuk.
Dave Andreychuk with that long reach can do that. You don't even see him. All you see is his stick. Yell moves it in. Aginla's still out there in the power play. Taylor dropped it back in behind the net. Simon came back to get it. Pratt on him. Yell in to help. Gavina put the hit on. Taylor can't get it. Held in. Shot from the point. Deflected near side wide. And Stillman clears.
And one of the big difference on the two teams with their power plays is that Brad Richards from the blue line gets the shot on goal. Calgary hasn't been able to do that, even though they haven't had many attempts yet.
And no shots on this power play. For Calgary, it's over. They're 0 for 2 in the power play. They only have 3 shots in the game.
Perfect sheet of ice wasted right there.
They got outshot 6-3 in the first period. Not many shots at all. Shot Matador. That one got blocked by Cavalier. Cleared back deeper to Matador. Just underway, second period, the 13th ever, Game 7 in the Stanley Cup Finals. Shot knocked away as Nielsen dumped it inside of the net. Zafrikin behind it. Back, Nielsen had a little room. Save made. Pellemore, 3-on-3 with Cavalier. Tampa Bay wants a change. He'll send it in. In that first period, only 3 shots up and only 2 forwards got shots for Calgary. Dangerous out from around the net. Move back to the near side. Matador had it stripped with a puck by St. Louis. Richard, St. Louis keeping the pressure on. Dumped in off the glass and into the photographer's booth.
Well, remember Game 6, there was a goal at one point that looked like it had crossed the line, but it never counted. The NHL ruled that it didn't go in. That was the shot that we had. Our guys worked very hard on this computer animation to see if we could look at it from a different angle. Not scientific, and they made certain assumptions, including the height of the puck. But the computer animation that we generated with the only information we had shows the NHL absolutely made the right call. There's no way they could conclusively say it was over the line. I personally stand corrected. I said it was in, that it looked like it was in.
We all did, but the NHL was adamant in their replay look. The entire puck has to be over the goal line. I have a brother that's a big Calgary fan. He says, I think it was in. I said, what? He says, I think it was in. I said, you think or you know? He said, I think. There's your answer. It has to be conclusive. Yep. Thinking isn't going to do it.
We should have just called your brother instead of doing the computer animation.
We could have a lot of rage in Calgary. Could have been settled early if we didn't have your brother's telephone number. Cleared around to Boyle on the far side. Lowry intercepted. Did not move it out. Looking to the front of the net. Clark tried to redirect. Pellemore tied him up. Batted at by Clark. Couldn't get a shot off. Regier able to hold it in. This is not a power play. 2 in front. Shot. Happy Bull and Lowry doing battle. Calgary's clearly decided to put some traffic in front as they are having 2 people in front of Happy Bull.
You know, Regier wanted to shoot from the point. He wanted to shoot. Marty St. Louis was so well positioned for the block. Regier just dumped it into the corner.
But that was Calgary's work ethic. Back where it should be. It has to be elevated or they have no chance.
Boy, there was a hit. Jelena went through on near side of Modine. Unfortunately for both of them, their knees did not connect. There's a whistle on the offside or hand pass at center. We'll check in with Darren Bank.
Gary, thank you very much. You know, a goaltender nowadays, unlike JD and my era, you have to be in tremendous shape now, both physically, and that really helps you mentally, especially for a grueling 7-game series and the potential 28 games. It wasn't always the case for Hobby Bullen, fellas, until in 2001 he went to Tempe, Arizona, and really started working hard at that athlete's performance. Twice a day, guys, and he loves it, and he's in great shape now.
And Kiprusoff's the man who's put up the new record for minutes played by a goaltender in the finals. No one's ever played more minutes in a Stanley Cup year than Kiprusoff has at the other end. So he's had to be in great shape. Again, able to move it out. Drops it off for Jelena, heads to the net. Jelena shot high. He wanted that down.
Rubina blocked it. He deflected it over the net.
So there was no chance for Aginla. See, Aginla's all over the ice now. There he is on Taylor. He is trying to turn that button on. Hit from behind. And a penalty coming.
The referee at center ice, Bill McCreary, called it, not the referee that was down about 5 feet away from the hit. That's Kerry Fraser. He didn't call it. Now he looks up at Bill McCurry and says, good call.
Two veterans.
That was a hit from behind, right dead on the numbers.
23, 2 for Gordon. Boy, that's a bad penalty.
That's a bad penalty, I think, too.
That's a Ginla's clean hit, but then when Sador was facing the wall, yeah, when you see both numbers, you got to let up.
See where Sador is? He's about 4 feet from the boards. That's no man's land, and it makes it look worse than what it really is.
You know what? You do a quick cost-benefit analysis. The benefit of even delivering a good hit there isn't going to be that great. He's going to fall on the puck. The downside is you've got a chance to end up in the penalty box. That's not a good play by Gelano.
A what? A cost what?
That's right.
Cost-benefit analysis.
You're absolutely right.
And you compute it in 1 second and make your decision. And
Another bad play right there. The Calgary Flames shot that puck into the Calgary bench from inside their own zone. So the faceoff's going to be in the offensive zone for Tampa Bay. Richards won it and able to hold it into Boyle. Shot deflected into the corner. Broken stick. Clark blocked it. There he is diving on the ice. Trying to get it out of there. Could not. In front. Stillman wide. Richards over to get it. Gillin boarding at 4:16.
Two guys with no sticks.
Now two guys without a stick. As Clark tries to get his away. What a chance for Tampa Bay. Looking into the middle. Fedotenko's got the goal. Couldn't handle it. Rolls wide. Right into Fedotenko. Richards trying to hold it in. Clark clears it out.
Wow. Boy, that is bending without breaking right there. Ferentz with no stick. Clark with no stick.
By Richards, and Stillman coming back on the touch. That avoids the icing. It's cleared up and out of the zone.
Boyle missed the pass. He passed. It would have been a breakaway, and it didn't work. Boyle looked up in the ceiling. Couldn't believe his pass missed.
Here's the power play chance with 1:05 left to go. 7 power play goals for Tampa Bay in this series. They were 1 for 2. Coming into this power play, knocked away. Fedotenko could not get it, and it's cleared out by Nieminen. Power plays, as we've said, have mattered a ton. We're approaching the 49% mark on the number of goals, percentage of goals scored on the power play in this series. Second highest ever. And Tampa Bay's had the greatest advantage in that regard. Shot in by St. Louis. LeCavalier over to get it. Could not held in. St. Louis cutting to the net. LeCavalier gets it. Back up on top. We're chasing it here. Fedotenko off the near side. Richards rather off the near side. Here's Kubina to the middle. Brad Richards. Richards had it bounce off the boards. Couldn't handle it. And it's cleared out. Kubina coming back to get it. 14 left on the power play. Tampa Bay has got the 1-0 lead. LeCavalier dished it off. Held in. St. Louis. That one may have gone off the pad. Directed in front. Anderchuk couldn't get a stick on it. St. Louis helped hold it in to Corey Saric. Bounced up in the air. The penalty is over. No shots. There's Gelina, who just came out of the box, and that will be whistled. And
Calgary captain is Jerome McGinley. When we come back, Sam Ryan will profile this interesting athlete.
Honey, how about some nice fresh lemonade?
The 500 horsepower Dodge Ram SRT10.
Hi, Ryan.
Hey. The fastest production truck in the world.
I'd like to tell you a little story about my grandparents. They had a refrigerator that they knitted themselves out of yarn. It was small, not very cold, but it taught me a valuable lesson. Not all of us have king-sized refrigerators. And that's why Miller brings you the space-saving Fridge Pack. It proves once again that Miller is a beer of the people. Plus, it's got this little lip here that keeps the beers from tumbling out.
Choose great beer in great boxes, Miller. Good call.
We must protect this house!
Bud Light says, choose on taste. All we can say is, thanks for the endorsement. Great taste, less filling, Miller Lite. Good call. Oh, by the way, we still have half the carbs of Bud Light.
Jerome McGinley's family thought he was going to become a baseball player, not a hockey player. His grandfather would bring him to baseball tournaments every year outside of Edmonton. Growing up, that's where he met Grant Fuhr, sparked his interest in hockey. And look at his full name, guys. 8 words there. Jerome Arthur Lee, Adekunle Tig Jr. Elvis McGinley. We just call him Jerome.
His favorite is Tej. Yeah? The three-letter name, he said, yeah, he gave me his birth certificate when we took a shot of it a couple of games ago. He said, my favorite Teach. I never use it, but that's my fave.
Seaback takes the hit. Lidman goes down in the corner with him. Dingman able to dig it out for Tampa Bay. And a whistle and another hand pass will be called. Calgary 2 shots in the period. Tampa Bay none on the game. 6-5 in favor of Tampa Bay. Iginla leads Calgary in this series. 3 goals, 5 points, and 20 shots.
That looked like Daryl Sutter wanted him out there, but maybe was too late in letting Jerome Iginla know to get out there, because Iginla was looking at him as if to say, am I going? Am I going?
No, Iginla's won everything he's ever played. Well, I said, have you won everything you've ever played? He said, well, one time in midget hockey when I was 15, we didn't win. but he's won everything.
And then the other side is Dave Vanderchuk. I asked him this morning, the last time he won a championship, he said never. I said, what about in minor hockey? He said, never.
Matador gets it at the point, guns it back into the corner, looking out in front. Simon tried to redirect. Went back to Tony Lidman at the point, but he can't hold it in. He'll be chased back the other way. Seaback back out there. That fourth line for Tampa Bay. Yell holds the line to keep it onside. Zaprigan gets around Dingman. Goes back to the point or tried to Matador. Matador sliding D goes by. That was Dingman who went by him. That one bounced in front. Never got through. Seaback picks it up. Seaback will move it and send it in, and they'll change.
And it's not just one guy blocking the shot for Tampa Bay. It's layers, isn't it? Layer after layer of shot blockers.
We've said throughout this series and this playoff year, there's no team in the National Hockey League that does a better job of blocking shots. Up ice, Afanasenkov. He takes the hit, left the puck. Kovacic came over to get it. Afanasenkov has not had a point in the last 13 games. Number 29 out there for Tampa Bay. He goes to the boards against Matador. Taylor came in, and that will be whistled. Tampa Bay leading at 1-0. Game 7 next weekend. Phil Mickelson, Ernie Els, Vijay Singh, Sergio Garcia. They'll have a star-studded field at the Westchester Country Club. The Buick Classic, Saturday, Sunday, 3 Eastern, noon Pacific on ABC.
Guys, we've seen Corey Saritz play well in the playoffs. He trains during the offseason up in Peterborough, Ontario, Canada. Every morning during the offseason with Scott Stevens. And that's a pretty good guy to work out with. Scott Stevens, a great defenseman with New Jersey, former or future Hall of Famer for sure.
Cleared back the near side. Calgary Flames able to control that drop. Pratt gets it back at center, and that'll end up over the glass.
You know, as profound as the Game 7 is of the finals for a player, there's even a deeper meaning for this man, Marty St. Louis. First Friday of the playoffs was April the 9th. They were playing the New York Islanders, and he spoke to his dear friend by phone, 27-year-old Frederic Seguin from Laval, where they grew up. By Monday, Frederic had lost his battle with cancer. And Marty St. Louis has dedicated anything that he accomplishes in the playoffs to the memory of his good friend Frederic Seguin, who died when the playoffs began. And like most people do, Marty St. Louis said, why did that happen to him when so many good things have happened to me this season?
He's 32 minutes and 3 seconds away of playing time. They're winning the big one here.
All the players talked today about playing for others, their families. A lot of them talked about their moms and dads who took them around to the different ice rinks as they was growing up as kids, uncles, grandparents, friends who they grew up with. Many of them are here. Shot deflected. Rhett Warner had the opportunity. As the players realize there are so many others who share in the joy of the wins that they get, and in just the fact they've achieved so much to get here. In the corner, St. Louis was doing battle over there. Modine trying to knock it away. Came back to Corey Sarge. Sarge gets it over to Pratt. A 1-0 lead. The Lightning have the advantage. There you see the shots. Only 2 in the period, and the Calgary Flames have them both. But they're still down 1-0. Big battle side of the net. Richards came back. Modine stole it. Out in front. Knocked away Warner. Rhett Warner one-arms that one to Clark.
Good play.
Clark will move it back. Clark trying to dump it in on net. They are not getting the shots on net, and they're not getting the dump-ins in the corners. Richards knocked it away. Sador got it back into the middle of Stillman, and he clears. Regier will come back to get it. Regier back in his own zone. Regier trying to knock it out of there. Richards did back to Sador. Keep in mind that we have not had a lead change in this entire series. It's one of the many streaks that's continued, including the one where the first team to score wins. LeCavalier, backhander, in front, lost. Rebound over to Jelena. Jelena just wants it clear. He had to ice that one. Maybe. Coming back, Iginla. No icing. Iginla got there first. Iginla goes down on the ice. Dave Vanderchuk taken by Afanasenkov. He takes the hit. Puck rolls free, and Tampa Bay avoids a chance right there that Calgary had. Offside by a mile.
Another one of those shifts, guys. We've talked about it all series long. It's Kubina and Sador playing against Jerome McGinley. Jerome did the right thing, controlled the puck, but he had no help, and then the hitting started to happen in the corner. Jelinar, Kubina. That's not very often you see Kubina go down, is it?
Well, he saw Jelinar earlier in this series, and Tampa Bay has not confirmed that it was a concussion. They said it was an upper body injury, but we can pretty well speculate that when Kubina was groggy and missed the game, that it was because of the hit from Jelinar earlier in the series.
I asked Kubina this morning, you all right? He kind of looked at me and said, no, you feel good? He said, I feel all right. I said, are you all right? And he looked at me like I had 3 heads. In other words, he's not all right, but he's playing hard.
It's game 7. I'm all right. Yeah. Cleared back out. Dingman could not knock it down. Andrew Ferentz, their leading plus-minus man in this series, cleared it out. This will be an icing call if Tampa Bay can get there first. Cullimore does.
Here we are at the midpoint of the second period. Shots of 6-5. The point is, Calgary's not been able to generate offense, but they're only down by 1 shot. It's amazing. I think after the first period, it could have been 3-0 Tampa Bay. A goal post, a goal, and the other close play was Seaback and Cullimore.
Yep.
But it's only a 1-goal game.
Game 7s. You never know. But the general rule is you see a lot of defense played, and if you get that lead, teams will try and protect it. Face-off is one back. Richards got it back to Modine. Modine coming around the near side board. Had to drop that one back. Richards has got it. Richards looking. Modine! And Andrew Ferentz may have taken him down. No call. Ferentz put his stick and arm up as though to say, not me, not me. Up the near side. St. Louis trying to center. Simon got it up to Zaprikin. Here's the man who can fly. Turn the Jets on. Break it in. He backs everybody up in front of him. Good play made by Boyle. Collision behind the net. Zaprikin and Boyle still at it. Kicked away by Modine to Richards. And Richards will start it out. Here's a chance for a 3-on-2, but Tampa Bay wants a change. St. Louis instead will dump that one in. A 1-0 lead still on the board. Fedotenko at 13:31 of the first period. From Richards and Modine, a power play goal. It is the only one on the board, and that's a whistle for the draw. The Lightning have the 1-0 lead, and here in Tampa Bay, both inside and outside, they are ready to celebrate.
Remember how great the last day of school was? That's what getting away on a Southwest Airlines Fun Fair feels like. These low fares to your favorite vacation spots are available any day of the week and start at just $49.
You're now free to move about the country.
There's only one name that boasts the brute strength of 600 foot-pounds of class-dominating torque. One brand, the fastest production pickup on Earth with a 500 horsepower engine. One truck with the legendary Hemi that out-hauls, out-tows, and outperforms the competition. Dodge Ram, the one truck with the speed, strength, and power to put all the other trucks in their place. Qualified buyers who finance through Chrysler Financial get an additional $1,000 for a total combined cash allowance of $4,500 on Ram 1500.
Hey! What are you doing up? Why are you looking at me like that? You don't think this is mine, do you? It's Rick's. You know, he loves flavor. He's Mr. Cold-Filtered. He's into smoothness. Okay, here's the thing. I have a chance to be really happy with my beer, and I'm taking it. I'm just a man.
Was a mailman but a carpenter. Norman built all 3 of the St. Louis houses. Louis said he never helped out because he always fell asleep holding the nail cup, guys.
Regier came back. LeCavalier dumps it off the far side. Leopold coming over to get it. He is the first NCAA college player to win a scoring title. Into the middle. Habibulin and to knock that one away. Nikolai Habibulin on one of the few pucks that's gotten through. Conroy rolled that one in, hoping there might be a rebound.
Calgary's changing. Calgary's changing line combinations. Conroy's not with McGinley now. He was on the ice with different forwards. I think Yell's playing with McGinley to try to get him going.
Want to remind you, the LA Lakers assembled to win that NBA title, but the Detroit Pistons got the victory in Game 1. They go at it again tomorrow night. LA the site, Game 2, 8:30 Eastern, ABC.
That's Conroy. He's the usual center for Iginla, but right now it's Marcus Nilsson who's out there. Somebody with maybe a little more speed to try to find a way to get Iginla going.
They are not getting their people open. Face-off won by Tampa Bay, and they clear it up. Face-off in this series have been in favor of Tampa Bay, 52%. That went off the blocker to the near side on the dumping off the goalie that time. And it'll be turned back in behind the net. Senkov got it in. They're looking into the middle. There's Nielsen. Jerome McGinley will be a trailer on the right side. Taylor, McGinley. And knocked behind the net, Boyle. And Senkov trying to clear when against the wall. Taylor over to help. Taylor the flip. Got it out of there. We've seen both of these teams flip that puck out of the zone as much as we've seen in any series, playoff series, probably ever. They both like to do it to try and get things going. Jelena takes the hit. He got ridden out of the play over there by Andrechuk, who's still bumping. Kind of Senkov against the boards. Ferentz behind him. Now it's underneath Andrechuk.
Tim Taylor has no stick, and he's the guy that's happy right now that the whistle went.
Yeah. Andrechuk pulled the puck under his body. That's against the law. But it does create the stoppage. And another shift for Jerome McGinley where he couldn't find any offense.
I had a hard time believing Dave Andrechuk today when he said that he'd never won a championship. But he said, look, I grew up in Hamilton, which is really Canada's Steel City, the Pittsburgh equivalent in Canada. And he said, we always ended up playing against the Toronto team, and Toronto was a bigger city, and I always lost to Toronto. So it's 22 years in the NHL. Add about 13 years playing as a kid before the NHL. We're talking 35 years without a championship for Dave Andrechuk.
Yeah, he's a good card player, though.
The Simon trying to get set up in front, goes behind the net, tried to dump it into the middle. Everybody falling down. 3 on the ice, 3 on 2. Yell trying to get back. Richards. Dave Andrechuk with Regier on him. Left it. Corey Sarich off the outside of the net. Modine wanted to wrap it around. Couldn't get a handle on it. Zaprigan went flying by him. Into the middle. Stolen. St. Louis. Ooh, did he take a hit? He and Zaprigan collided. Shot by Pratt. He didn't get it. Went off the heel of the stick. Yell clears. And it'll roll wide of the net. Flurry of activity for Tampa Bay.
Yeah, but no shots registered. Calgary hangs in there. St. Louis got hit. Man, did he get nailed. He reached for the puck and kaboom.
Nolan Pratt without the lid.
What's St. Louis reach? Zaprigan with a forearm shimmer.
That's dangerous when you're falling into it. He just lost control reaching for the puck. When you fall into a hit, ooh.
He's resilient, isn't he? Talking about St. Louis. How many times do you think he's been hit per game in these games? And there's Zaprigan. What a great skater he is. His dad was, Zaprigan's father was a backup goaltender for the Red Army team behind Tretiak.
Zador shot deflected in on net. LeCavalier had the chance. Eddie LeCavalier had a rebound opportunity. Kiprusoff stayed right down, though, and blocked any alley. Cleared back up Zador. Off the wide side, a look. Deflected by LeCavalier, but not on net. Eddie LeCavalier with another chance, and again, Calgary's forced to ice it, and this is happening with Iginla on the ice.
So far, the one goal here in Game 7 belongs to Ruslan Fedotenko. What a final series it has been. We take you back to Game 3 when he was ridden into the dasher boards by Robin Regier face first. He missed Game 4, came back, and has the only goal here in Game 7.
And these fans here in Tampa Bay don't care if this is a Picasso or not. They just want to win. They don't care how ugly it is.
But you know, guys, as defensive-minded as this game is, John Tortorella's motto is attack, attack. Tampa Bay's not laying back. They're trying to attack.
Yep. Jelena looking near side. Clark couldn't get it. Here's another one of those mixed lines. Back into the middle. St. Louis shot. Yeah, save and covered. St. Louis up. Kiprusoff with it.
Boy, did he do a nice job catching the puck out of midair, putting it down, not being offside, and then got the shot on goal, did Marty St. Louis. 4 goals in the series, tried to get 5.
Think he could turn a double play?
Oh, gosh.
Boy, every save now for both ends.
Look how far out of the net Kiprusoff is. He knew that Ferentz was going to cut him off, so he wouldn't be able to deke him, so he was facing the shot. He knew that that was the one option that St. Louis had.
John Tortorella will make the change here, bringing St. Louis off the ice. St. Louis 24 points, is second in scoring this playoff year. He had led much of the time. Calgary gets it back out of the zone. The shots in the game are 9-6 in favor of the Lightning. Fedosenkov dumped it away, picked up by Sador.
Now Iginla's on with a different center. It's Yell. Last time it was Nilsson. Before that it was Conroy.
Trying everybody. Taylor knocked it away. Looking the captain into the corner. Anderchuk. Dave Anderchuk blocked it near side of Fedosenkov. They're back into the corner. Taylor looking for it. Taylor got tied up. Poke checked away. Knocked away into the corner by Warner. There goes the helmet off Taylor. Off the stick to Shellin on the far side. And Shellin up trying to just get it out of the zone. They had Iginla cutting, but he couldn't get to it. Tampa Bay wants a line change. Fedosenkov will send it in. 5:44 to go. Second period. Game 7. Iginla still out there. That will be touched up for the icing call. When we come back, have we got something to show you? And it just arrived.
Hey, Tank.
What exit? Walkie-talkies get it done. Next hoe.
I'm more of a Molly Hatchet fan myself. Sorry.
Enjoy your new Durango.
Look, it's got a DVD. And see how smooth the ride is for you and Fluffy?
Liz, what are you doing to him?
I'm just showing little Joey the new Durango.
Son, there's only one thing you need to know. Hemi. Can you say Hemi?
Hemi.
That's my boy.
The all-new Dodge Durango. Big size, smooth ride, Hemi power. Qualified buyers who finance through Chrysler Financial get an additional $1,000 for a total combined cash allowance of $4,500 on Durango.
What? Hey! What are you doing up? Why are you looking at me like that? You don't think this is mine, do you? It's Rick's. You know, he loves flavor. He's Mr. Cold-Filtered. He's into smoothness. Okay, here's the thing. I have a chance to be really happy with my beer, and I'm taking it. I'm just a man.
Phil Pritchard and Craig Campbell from the Hockey Hall of Fame. Lord Stanley's Cup. That's in that one. The Conn Smythe's in the top one that goes to the MVP of the playoffs.
The team that wins the Stanley Cup, the players can have it for a day each. It goes all over the world during the offseason.
Will it be Tampa Bay or Calgary? MVP for the Conn Smythe?
Well, I think we're all in agreement that whoever wins this game will end up having the player on his team. Brad Richards for Tampa Bay. If they win this game, you guys agree he'll win?
Yes. And Jerome Iginla if Calgary wins. Yeah. Although Jerome Iginla's not done much.
No, he hasn't. I agree with that.
The goaltenders haven't been overworked either.
No. LeCavalier spinning. LeCavalier looking. Trying to drop it off. Brings it in himself. Left it in the middle. Shot. He's got another one. Change our minds.
You know what, guys? This Vinny LeCavalier made it happen. Fedotenko 17 up high. He's waiting for the puck, but he's got to get the puck. Oh, brilliant play by LeCavalier.
Vincent LeCavalier has been real quiet the last 3 games, but he danced into the middle of 4 Calgary Flames and still visually picked up out of the corner of his eye. Fedotenko, what a pass.
Oh, it's beautiful. Great shot. The puck actually ricocheted off the left arm of Kiprasov and into the net. Fedotenko's got a lethal shot, but LeCavalier, that was his best shift in 3 games.
It is a 2-0 lead. Simon, glove, Kavimola. Fedotenko has scored both goals. 1 even, 1 power play.
Oh, man, the Vinny LeCavalier, he was moving back and forth and around and around and around. Nobody could catch him. Look at this.
He was completely surrounded here, and he still saw Fedotenko. Boy, did he get cleaned out, too.
I never realized that until we saw the replay. He got hammered in making the play. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. 24 years of age. Gorgeous play.
Fedotenko's heavier now than he was in the first period because he got 6 stitches in his eyebrow.
Fedotenko becomes just the 8th player in Stanley Cup history to have 2 goals in a Game 7 of the finals. Cleared back up to the point. Iginla's out there. Now Iginla's just got to dig. And maybe too hard. Tuvino to Modine. You know Iginla's got to be feeling right now, I've got to do it. To the point, they had a 3-on-2. Kavita shot. Kiprusoff with a glove.
Yeah, Gary, you talk about Iginla. He had 41 regular season goals. The next player had 18. He's the man. I mean, everybody keys on him. Kavita keys on him. Sador keys on him. Andrechuk keys on him. It's hard. And are they loving it?
Yeah. Fedotenko from LeCavalier and Stillman at 14:38. His third of this series, his 12th goal of this playoff year. Into the corner, Ferentz had it between the legs on the pass up the boards. Kovacic will bring it out. The Tampa Bay Lightning, their 12th year of existence. First time they've ever made it to the finals. The Calgary Flames have won the Stanley Cup once back in '89. They've been to the finals 3 times. Cleared ahead by St. Louis block. Brett Warner will tip it back in. Corey Sarge. Kovacic bumps it. Pratt. You will now see Calgary ratchet up the play. This will be brought to the other end for a faceoff.
Well, if you're curious as to when the last time a team blew a 2-goal lead in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup Finals, it was only 33 years ago. 1971. Montreal came back and defeated the Chicago Blackhawks 3-2.
And the thing about this game, it doesn't look like Tampa Bay is porous at all defensively. You know, they've been so good defensively, and then they made the 2 big plays for goals, especially LeCavalier's moves during the last goal scored by Fedotenko.
Tampa's counterattack game is starting to look better and better. And if Calgary continues to press, which they're going to have to, Tampa's going to counter even more and better.
Colomore's got it. Colomore dumps it back in behind the net for LeCavalier. He and Leopold collide. Centering pass for Stillman. Taken by Zubrikin. Clark's breaking up ice. Pass to him. There's Clark, 17, trying to run it in. Boyle. Leopold got back to hold it in. Backhander. Bounced off Clark off the dasher. Clark sent it into the corner. Over to get it Nielsen. Back for Clark. Boyle put the hit on. It's right now for the Calgary Flames to get this thing to a 1-goal game with 3:30 to go in the second period of this 13th ever Game 7 in the Stanley Cup Finals. Sent in for Boyle. Boyle spun, taken down Zubrikin. Clark picks it up. Locked into the corner, Seabox. Zubrikin. Nielsen couldn't connect. Montador takes the shot. Blocked into the corner. Fedotenko blocked it. Zubrikin goes back out onto the point. And into the corner. That's Iginla who got tied up. Iginla jammed at over there. Puck still loose. Boyle trying to pick it up. Could not. Conroy turns it to the point. Iginla's in front. Deflected wide. I don't know if he got a hold of it, but it went wide of the net. Iginla got in front to get a screen and try and redirect. Montador holds it in. Iginla again coming back. Iginla, St. Louis, both MVP candidates. 2 of the 3 finalists for regular season play. Montador driven out of there finally on the near side by Ben Clymer. Seaback in. Seaback down the wall. Ledman got a piece of him and held him up. Iginla's still out there. 2-0 lead. The Lightning on top. Trying to win their first Stanley Cup ever. Sador icing.
What kind of job are the Tampa Bay Lightning doing on Jarome Iginla? Full court press, baby. He still does not have a shot. His last shot came in the second period of Game 6. Every even strength shift in this game, Rubina and Sador have been matched.
And that's gone on pretty well all series long. You could just see Jarome. He's just looking up at the clock. There's 2:20 to go in the second period. You can see it. Just you read his expression. It's eating at him. It's eating at him.
They whistle the face-off. They will do it again. Keep in mind, this Tampa Bay team has set a record, alternating wins and losses for 13 consecutive games. If they win this, they will have won 2 in a row. They've got to do that, obviously. Claim the puck. Warren dumps it off the far side. Jelena will send it in high off the glass. And even in let it go by. Yell. Put it right through the paint. Down low. Jelena trying to wind up, get a shot off. Could not. Rhett Warner. They are really getting folks. Calgary is getting folks in front of that net.
If they can only get the puck there with them, and that is the challenge against Tampa Bay, isn't it?
Can't get it to him.
Tampa's been brilliant defensively. Absolutely brilliant.
Minute 46 to go in the period. Down the middle, Kovacic tied up by Pratt. Just swimming around. St. Louis leaves it. Modine will bring it in. Tampa Bay changing. Modine by himself. Taken out by Warner. Earl Sador came back to get it. Sador will dump that one in. They had not cleared the zone. Our intermission coming in minute 31. John, Barry, Darren will be along. We'll have interviews from each side. Barry and Darren's second period analysis.
Head-to-head, that's what it's been about for Pavel Kubina and Daryl Sador. All but one even strength shift now, 15 of 16. Kubina's been out there with Daryl Sador against Jerome McGinley.
John Tortorella said, listen, it's the team that makes the big plays that's going to win this thing. Who made the big plays?
Right now, Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Richards got dumped on that faceoff. Gets back up very slowly. Stayed out on the ice, though. Moved back up by St. Louis. Will flip it in off the wall. Clark took him down. Penalty coming on Clark.
Wow, 1:14 to go in the second period. St. Louis just simply dumped the puck in. And Clark caught him with the stick.
He got chopped. I think St. Louis is in a little bit of pain right now.
Robasu's trying to get it. Richards. You know, this is big. Big, big, big. Just to flip in and watch the stick.
He chopped him in
the
thigh.
It was the
and then there was the trip, yeah.
Calgary, 2 minutes trophy.
Well, a great opportunity here. And yes, gentlemen, we talk about making big plays, and obviously it's part of it, but it's also a game of mistakes. How many mistakes has Tampa Bay made in this game? I don't
one or two, maybe?
Yeah. I mean,
one or two in the offensive zone.
Yes.
None in the defensive zone.
Mistake-free
Not one that I know of, and I don't think Calgary has had an odd man rush in the game either.
18:46, time of the penalty. Fourth power play for Tampa Bay. They have scored a power play goal. Calgary's 0 for 1 on the power play. That's something else they haven't made a mistake of. They've not put themselves in the penalty box.
And watch again, he's on the ice again. He's dangerous shorthanded.
Fedotenko's out there looking for the hat trick. That'll be cleared in behind the net. Regier coming back to get it for Calgary. Touched it up. Oof, Fedotenko almost intercepted that. Moved out of the zone. We're under a minute to go here in the second period. There has never been a Game 7 final hat trick. Moved back in by Stillman. Fedotenko's got 2 goals, the 2 that are up there for Tampa Bay. Moved back into the middle. And good penalty killing work. Warner burns it off the boards.
You keep pulling those out. That's pretty good. I didn't know that.
Randy Andreichu, our erstwhile statistician. All the years, ESPN, ABC. That's where they come from, folks. Played to Cullimore. Cullimore had it knocked away to center. And I want to take a moment. Bill and I and John talked about this. We would like to mention every name of every person who works on the crews doing our games.
But we can't.
We can't. There are none better, none finer. So we made a decision amongst ourselves to do none. Rather than to name 1 or 2 and leave somebody off, to all of the members of our crew at ESPN and ABC, you are the best. We love working with you. And every one of you, we want you to know how much we appreciate what you do.
Thank you. You're the hardest working people we know.
Yes.
2-month grind with smiles on their faces.
Unbelievable. Little sleep, 2 hours sometimes, flying all over the place. These guys are great. Tampa Bay is 1 period away from winning their first Stanley Cup, and for Dave Anderchuk, the dream of a lifetime. Intermission coming after this from our ABC stations.
Bud Light says choose on taste. At Miller Lite, we couldn't agree more. Try both and decide for yourself. Great taste, less filling, and still half the carbs of Bud Light. Miller Lite. Good call.
A new stick for Matthew Renzoni, $22. New pads for Jeffrey Garbig, $92. A new mouth guard for Josh Barkholder, $15. A new hockey season for the Clippers, priceless. There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard, fan of the NHL and its future stars.
Fight ravaging rain, scorching sun, and wind with Thompson's Water Seal Advanced. Special technology allows it to penetrate deep to seal out 99% of the water right from the start. Thompson's Water Seal Advanced, the most powerful water protection guaranteed. Now available at the Home Depot.
ABC Wednesday. Our 4 couples have been split up to test their relationships, and rules are already being broken.
Frank would just die if he knew I was doing this.
This whole test thing is getting on my nerves.
The Ultimate Love Test. All new 10/9 Central, ABC Wednesday.
How did we design the Kia Sorento to attain the highest quality? How did it get the government's highest safety rating? How did we back it with such a great warranty and still price it thousands less than the competition? How did we do all this? We worked our freaking tails off. That's how. The obsessively perfected Kia Sorrento.
Visit your local Tampa Kia retailers.
Buick presents a summer sensation, starting with a sensational $5,000 cash back for current GM owners on LeSabre, rated a first for safety, nearly 30 miles per gallon highway, and $5,000 for GM owners on Rendezvous, SUV versatility with 26 miles per gallon highway. Summer sensation, quality meets value for what may be the buy of the summer at your Florida Buick dealer.
Your AccuWeather forecast only on ABC Action News.
And welcome back to the Stanley Cup Finals intermission report here on ABC, where right now we have a 2-0 lead. Ruslan Fedotenko with both goals. We'll hear from him later. And this is the first 2-goal lead that we have had going all the way back to Game 3, which was a 3-0 victory for Calgary. Now, in that game, there was a fight between Vinny Lecavalier and Jerome McGinley. It seemed to turn the tide to Calgary, but Vinny's got it back tonight.
Well, Richards is the best player in the ice. I still think he's still the best player in the ice, but Vinny Lecavalier came to play that period. He showed flashes of what we expect out of this guy. Such a dominant offensive player when he wants to, but he's also playing strong with a puck. Great move behind the net. You see his hands right there. Power move to front of the net. I love that. He hasn't been doing enough of that, and he's physical. He's finishing his checks. Right there, the draw is one. Sador makes a good play, not getting the shot blocked. Again, Lecavalier just winning physical battles. He wasn't doing that in the 3 previous games. And this is just a work of art, man. This is Michelangelo, Picasso, everybody you want to combine. Oh, comes out of that with a puck and a great pass to Fedotenko. And he got crushed on that play. He got right up, went over to Fedotenko, rubbed his head and said, great shot. Lecavalier's playing great. Richards is playing great. That's going to be a tough dude to handle, Darren.
Remember when they said a while ago he'll be the Michael Jordan of the National Hockey League?
That was the old owner. That was the old owner.
That was the old owner, is right. But Lecavalier was great. You know, one of the highlights that we just saw with him, he was nudging the stick of Mika Kiprusoff. We had to really look hard to get some goaltending stuff here. So we're going to dig down deep with Mika Kiprusoff. And what has happened the last 2 games, now this being the 3rd game. He makes a good save there on Martin St. Louis. In front of the net, he was really active. He's getting really preoccupied with a lot of the stuff that's going on. At ice level, you see this shot from Fedotenko, right by him as well. A lot of crisscrossing, a lot of traffic. To me, he looks a little bit fatigued. Not that it was anything to do with Mika Kiprusoff, but they've lost their edge. Certainly they've lost their edge, and I like the way Tampa Bay keeps going by and just kind of getting in the way a little bit.
Tampa Bay's playing hard, boy. They're playing physical tonight.
A total of 17 shots. That's why you're having your problem finding those goaltending highlights right now. There's a look at the Saddle Dome. The fans have not given up. They believe in their Calgary Flames that they can come back in the 3rd period of this one. Meanwhile, these folks in Tampa are ready to explode if they can hold on to this lead.
These low fares to your favorite vacation destinations start at just $49.
You are now free to move about the country.
Tender crisp, extra mayo. Yep.
That is me. Tender on the inside, crispy on the outside.
You're not tender. You're always yelling.
That's the crispy side.
So where's the tender?
Locked up in here, away from you guys. Is that funny? Because I am this close to going crispy.
It's here, the new Tender Crisp. All white meat chicken wrapped in crispity goodness.
Oh, my back.
Need some help?
Yeah.
Try my Bayer Back and Body.
Thanks, hon.
It's Bayer Aspirin plus a special pain relief booster. It works right where it hurts. Bayer Back and Body. Get moving again. Pain-free.
$10
start of tomorrow. From the files of Tom Clancy comes a breakthrough action experience. Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, Pandora tomorrow on PlayStation 2, June 18th. Rated T for teen.
Hey, you okay?
Yeah.
You've got enough to worry about without having to worry about your car. That's why at 75,000 miles, switch to Valvoline's Max Life. Its added ingredients help prevent wear on critical engine parts.
Hello, gorgeous girl.
At 75,000, time to switch to Max Life.
Try this sample size. Guns, hookers, crooks, and murder. Don't move. And that's all before breakfast. You think Sipowicz is tough? You better know how to take a punch. Wait till you meet the real NYPD.
You got the right to remain silent. I suggest you do so.
Take a wild ride with some real-life heroes.
I love the NYPD!
Buckle up for NYPD 24/7.
Good job, brother.
You won't believe what you're going to see. Even I did.
Coming June 22nd, the real NYPD. NYPD 24/7, Tuesdays at 10/9 Central.
Everyone dreams of an island getaway. But what if you couldn't get away from the island? Lost, Wednesdays this fall on ABC.
Welcome back to Tampa. It is Game 7. Winner of this one skates off with the Stanley Cup, and right now, the Tampa Bay Lightning have a 2-0 lead. Calgary on their heels. Steve Levy.
John, thanks very much. The Flames have been super cooperative throughout the entire Stanley Cup Finals, but this intermission, they've chosen not to give us a player. I spoke to Rich Preston, asked him about having only 7 shots on goal. He said it's not as if Calgary's not shooting the puck enough, that Tampa's just doing a good job blocking the shots. As for the burning question, what's going on with Jerome McGinley? Preston said it's not about Iginla, it's about Sador and Kabina doing a great job in him. And as Preston walked away from me, he turned around and he said, you don't worry about Jerome. He'll be ready for the third period himself. As for things on the Tampa side, let's go to Aaron.
All right, Steve, thanks so much. Ruslan Fedotenko takes 6 stitches in the eyebrow during the first intermission, then comes out in the second period and scores his second goal of the game. Take us through that goal, starting from Vinny Lecavalier's incredible pass.
That was a great battle by, whole line. Vinny win the face-off and still right there. And Vinny was a great cycling. I was just try to stay high for a shot, and Vinny gave me a great pass. I just shot it to high glove and guess bury it.
Well, Ruslan, the team has managed to contain Jerome McGinley through 2 periods. You know he's going to come out firing in the third. How do you counter his attack?
Oh, we just need to stay on attack and play our game. I mean, we play offensive and, don't sit back. I think we learned that from previous games, and hopefully we create generate some more offense and create some scoring chances.
20 minutes away from possibly winning a Stanley Cup. Any butterflies?
Not right now. It's over already. Now it just play like we're always playing the game and hopefully we can win.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
All right, let's send it back upstairs for more. Guys.
Fedotenko has 17 goals in the regular season. Yep. He has 12 in the playoffs. But let's get back to Jerome McGinley. He clearly does not have as much help and stardom around him.
He doesn't have the talent. We said that as soon as Tampa Bay, with all their talent, works as hard as Calgary, they would beat Calgary, and that's what's happening now. But I agree, Sador, Kabina, Cullimore, all those defensemen of Tampa Bay are wearing Jerome down, and I think they're beating him up a little bit.
And because he doesn't have a real creative centerman, they've got good centermen, but not real creative guys that lure players towards him, and then they can dish him off on the side. He's not really getting any chance in free ice, and I think he's flat out of gas. I agree he's going to be great in the third, but man, it's been a tough ride for him.
Yeah. 20 minutes away, perhaps, from Tampa Bay Lightning raising the Stanley Cup. They have their Super Bowl. Now they can add to some more souvenirs if they can hang on.
night never tasted so great with Subway's delicious selection of carb-controlled creations. Now, introducing another new Atkins-friendly wrap, the Turkey and Ham Wrap. A tasty combination of sliced turkey and ham, savory Monterey cheddar cheese, and fresh veggies, all topped with creamy ranch dressing. Subway's Atkins-friendly options. It's what to eat when you want to eat fresh. Subway, eat fresh.
There's a power so awesome, so irresistible, you'll do anything to get your hands on it. Introducing Gillette M3 Power. Turn on the first micro-power shaving system from Gillette and turn on the amazing new Power Glide blades. Micropulses raise the hair so you shave closer in one power stroke. Feel the power of the world's best shave. New M3 Power, a Mach 3 innovation from Gillette. The best a man can get.
Can't find my PDA anywhere.
No problem. Who do you need?
My supplier, Ed Radke.
Let's go try his office. Let's try him at home.
Radke here. Hey, Ed, I really need that estimate now.
I'll get right back to you.
You're all set. Imagine your life with a personal assistant, 24/7. That's Infone. Join us at infone.com.
I can't find the number. No problem.
Late night opportunity.
Well, give my love to James Caan. Did you get along with him?
I love Jimmy. I adore Jimmy.
Thank you. Greg, how you talking about the sound bites? That one's coming out, and it's going in the promo.
Tonight, Brooke Burns and an all-new Jimmy Kimmel Live, ABC tonight.
Everyone dreams of an island getaway. But what if you couldn't get away from the island? Lost, Wednesdays this fall on ABC.
Guys, where are we?
Twenty minutes to the Stanley Cup, perhaps for Tampa Bay as they lead 2-0. Meanwhile, in the NBA Finals, a surprising 1-0 lead for Detroit after Game 1. For more, here's Mike Tirico.
Hey, John, 3,000 miles away out here in Southern California. As you get set to skate the Stanley Cup tonight, we've got the Larry O'Brien Trophy hanging out at the beach here on the day between Game 1 and 2 of the NBA Finals with Byron Scott, the former Laker great and the coach now of the New Orleans Hornets. We sat here, Byron, and watched the Lakers lose to Detroit 87-75 last night. You know, when you talk to the Lakers, it's Shaquille O'Neal and Kobe Bryant. They were very good, almost 80% of their team's offense. But the other stars, Karl Malone and Gary Payton, only combined for 7 points. What happened to them?
I don't know. They just disappeared. For some reason, they just wasn't ready to play this game in the championship. Karl Malone was just missing easy shots, shots that he's been making pretty much all season long. He just couldn't get into the flow for whatever reason. And then you had Gary Payton, who got into early foul trouble. That probably hurt him, but when he got back in, he tried to force the action a little too much. And when you go to the basket against the Detroit Pistons, you're going to see Big Ben most of the time. And when you do, you got to make a decision. And the decision wasn't too good on that last one by Gary Payton. But look at these guys. They're pros. They're veterans. They've been in this situation before. They'll both come back strong for Game 2 because Game 1 is a game they want to definitely forget about.
Yeah, Gary Payton wasn't very happy about it today. Didn't talk to the media during the practice sessions. We'll see how they respond tomorrow night. Game 2 of the NBA Finals comes your way. Our coverage begins at 8:30 Eastern Time right here on ABC. See you then, John.
Mike, if the Lakers want some inspiration, they can look to this series. Remember, Tampa Bay lost Game 1 as well, and now they're 20 minutes from the Cup.
Happy Jack wasn't told, but he was a man. Stop Jack or the waters got and they couldn't prevent Jack from being happy.
Ladies and gentlemen, the race for president of beers has come to an abrupt end. Hi, I'm the Budweiser Donkey. I spoke with the Clydesdale recently, and he told me that Miller is not eligible to run for office in America because they were bought by South African breweries. I said, get out of town. He said, what does that mean? I said, it's an expression. You never heard it? He said, no, I haven't. And then I left. Anyway, the Clydesdales and I will continue to take the high road. It's just another reason Budweiser is the king of beers. I'm the Budweiser Donkey, and I approve this message.
ABC Action News, reporting the stories that can help you make important decisions in your life.
It could destroy everything in my life that means something to me.
Revealing a popular microwave that catches fire. Exposing local air conditioner companies ripping off customers.
My store is still open for the public.
Opening the doors of the dirtiest stores in town. Proof we're taking action for you. That is our commitment. ABC Action News. Join us tonight.
Don't buy another SUV before you check out the Hyundai Santa Fe. Inside, tons of space and lots of standard features, all for $4,400 less than a Toyota Highlander when comparably equipped. And outside, great looks powered by an available 3.5-liter V6 with reliability backed by America's best warranty, 10 years, 100,000 miles. The Hyundai Santa Fe starting at just $17,089. With Hyundai, you win. Get a 2004 Santa Fe with $1,500 cash back or 0% APR.
Free. I fell for it. Sign my family up for a nationwide wireless plan with free mobile-to-mobile calling. Only the mobile-to-mobile calling area was smaller, so it was not always free.